But Neil Rogers is getting ready to come on and
getting ready to get it over with.
My own private amusement. Yes.
You had some stiff competition this morning.
I did?
Yeah, Defoe is filling in today and tomorrow for Joe Rose.
Oh, my gosh.
I hear the corn is all the way up to his armpits.
Oh, God.
That's the spy report we had.
Oh, Joe was out and...
To sum it up in a word, it was...
Unbelievable.
And the reason Ken Malden tiptoes around in that building is because he knows where he works. He's been there long enough to know to tread very carefully in the hallways, no matter where he goes.
Ken,
a wise man.
Ken knows this business extremely well, as you well know.
Well, he used to be, like most of us, he used to be in the business.
That's right.
Now we're on the outside looking in.
So, you have competition now. You got Boog.
Yeah, the Booster. Well, he does a hell of a play-by-play, like I've always said. And, of course, keep in mind, he's already done this time slot on this station.
Yeah.
You couldn't complain about those numbers because they didn't have any. He had a point something.
When did he do these numbers? Which time period are you talking about?
He was on with your close personal friend Joe Zagacki and Chris Moore. They were like alternating middays before I came to the station. See, you're trying to put that out of your mind.
I don't even remember that.
That's before you... Yeah, you see, you put it out of your mind.
I was successful at doing that.
Before you had a lead-in, right.
Yeah. Well, I'm just plugging along here, doing the best I can, despite all the competition, and wish Defoe well.
Do you? Well, he's going to be on at nights.
I went up against Defoe for a long time.
Where was he?
At the wonderful Isle of Dreams. When I was on over here, when I came on over here, he was on opposite me for a while. Well, they had Randy. And then...
What time are you talking about?
I used to be on at nights when I first came here. And
you were on at nights on QAM?
Well, first I took... you know what? My memory is getting...
yeah, fuzzy at best.
I came over here, I replaced John Moynihan. And when he was on early evening, when I first started, I took that spot, and then I moved into the afternoon. So I briefly competed with Defoe.
So in other words, you survived it the first time.
Yeah, I'll be.
Well, he's not going to be on this time. He's going to be on 7 to 10 at night.
Yeah, I know.
Starting Wednesday.
He's just filling in for Joe.
Yeah. Joe had their only number, by the way.
Joe is a formidable guy.
Joe's a good guy.
Yes, very much so. And I keep seeing all these people leaving or slipping through the cracks, and it's very disturbing.
Is it?
Yes.
Well, see, the one good thing about you're too big to slip through the cracks, so we're not worried about that.
That's right. On that note, Neil, I think I'll go have some breakfast.
Yeah, go have a couple of meals and don't lose too much.
You know what? You keep saying that. I have not gone.
It's just a joke.
I know that, but I just want you to know this, okay?
Is he sensitive or what?
This is you and me talking now.
Yeah.
I am not going to do that.
Not going to do what?
Go to the track in the afternoon.
Oh,
particularly as long as Gulfstream's open. Now, when Calder's open...
Wednesday, Friday, and Sunday is my 3 Woodbine days. Wednesday, Friday. In fact, Wednesday and Friday at 2 o'clock. If you call me a minute after 2, I'm already out the door.
I like Woodbine. I covered a Breeders' Cup there one year.
Yeah, I know that. In fact, I saw you at the airport that year.
That's right. In fact, we were on the same plane.
Right. That's a beautiful racetrack and a great facility. And I don't know if you ever saw the casino there. See, it was not your kind of casino because they don't have any table games.
Yeah, casino wasn't there when I was up there that year.
They have only slots. But and now they're open 24/7. And the rumor is that in about a year they're going to have full casino like Niagara Falls, all the craps and all the other stuff.
Are you in trouble with that? You're not a big table game guy, are you?
No, I don't play that at all.
Yeah.
I'm a slots guy, I'm a sucker for the slots. Just ask Josh Cordes. He'll tell you I'm a moron.
Josh Cordes is a big guy he's a blackjack guy.
Yeah.
No, in fact, I once left him in the Bahamas.
He says slots is strictly for old ladies and others.
Ask him to tell you about the time that he was a stowaway in the Bahamas on one of our trips over there. We couldn't find him. He was somewhere in some casino, and the plane left without him.
Well, with the big bucks he's making on this show now, he can afford to go and plunge his guts out.
You guys have a good day, okay?
You too. Don't lose too much.
I'm going to have a nice day here in paradise.
In paradise. Okay, say hi to my wigless friend. Tell him to let his hair down a little bit.
See ya.
See ya, Hank. What is it?
I threw it out.
Did you?
I didn't throw it in.
I can't tell you what I did with mine. It had something to do with...
Rectum.
Yeah.
You and Terrell, or not Terrell Owens, excuse me, you and Randy Moss.
Me and Randy Moss. We wiped the slate clean. That's it.
Yep.
Tags in the skirt.
like...
Lillian, we're getting tired of you.
Yes.
Lillian, you should be Cuba bound.
Absolutely.
Rolling cigars don't sound so hard. You should be on your way. It's easy, just go float. Lillian, your inner tube is waiting. All you have to do is go hop on. And head due south and say hi to your mom. So go back to Havana. It's only 90 miles. So go back and see Castro, buddy, on your brand new I Love USA in a tube.
I have no line.
'Cause you fly in a tube. So go back, Ilian. It's so close, you can see your daddy and both grandmas. It ain't that far.
In the land of neurotic repetition, it just never ends, does it? A trial opened yesterday in the $3 million plus lawsuit by 13 people who say they were injured or traumatized when federal agents seized a screaming Alienito Gonzalez from his Miami relative's home. You know the Miami relatives? Yeah. That's the ones. Wonder how Amaris Greasy Ass is doing. Didn't she get married to some, 12-year-old kid?
I don't know. We heard
the opening... I beg your pardon. The opening witness was neighbor Maria Riera, who testified that she clutched her chest and thought she was dying when an agent doused her with tear gas during the April 22, 2000 raid to reunite the 6-year-old boy with his father in Cuba. The 13 neighbors and protesters are seeking up to $250,000 apiece, claiming that agents used excessive force during the armed raid. I was stopped by a gentleman on my left approaching me with a shotgun, said Riera, who lived across the street from the home where the boy had lived since shortly after being rescued from a shipwreck on Thanksgiving Day, 1999. She said a black-garbed agent wearing a mask ordered her to stand back or he would shoot, adding a word of profanity, or he would, shoot. She said she complied, but a second agent approached with a gas gun as she stood in the driveway and left her in a gray cloud of tear gas. Oh, I'd love to have seen that. A total of 108 people sued over the raid, but U.S. District Judge K. Michael Moore limited the case of people who were not on the Gonzalez family property and were beyond police barricades. Alien now 11. Oh, I bet you the abuelas are really impressed now. Alien now 11 was one of 3 survivors of a shipwreck that killed his mother. The raid took place after the family refused to return the boy so he could be taken back to Cuba, because he's missing his Happy Meals in Cuba. It was Cuban. So there you go. That story just never dies. And the reason, I'll say it again, he's going to live a hell of a lot longer being over there because he's not eating McDonald's every day. He's not getting that Happy Meal.
By the way, fax or Bill, cut the crap. We got it. Stop faxing.
What is he faxing? Is that Bill in Fort Lauderdale?
Just some guy.
A different Bill?
A different Bill.
Oh, no, because Bill in Fort Lauderdale lately he's been on his good behavior. He's faxed us some good crap.
Pages of crap and a request we can't even discuss.
What do you mean by that?
We can't even discuss.
Well, like what? Give me a clue.
About it. He wants a bit that doesn't exist.
I see. Oh, brother. Hey, Bill, can it, okay? Here's the poll result from yesterday. Who best fits this description? And look what it says on there. I didn't realize it. Little typo there by Eric. Who best fist this description? Not fits, but fist. Uh-oh.
Let's do that poll.
Maybe that's the bit that Bill wanted to hear. That fistin' bit. I don't think we can even say that. Sorry, Joyce. That fistin' bit. Someone who became more popular after death is what we're looking for. And Jesus Christ, 564 votes. There ain't nobody close to Jesus.
Well, God.
Can you blame him? He probably don't smell too good after all those experiences, especially all that bloody stuff up on the cross that Mel Gibson was portraying. It is as it was. Oh, the movie Priest was on last night. It was kind of...
gay.
Yeah.
Blaming.
Jesus Christ, 564. Elvis, 98. You see, not even anybody close.
Right.
Wow. Jesus is in a class by himself. Elvis, 98. Nicole Simpson, 85. James Dean, 85. Tupac had 57. How's he doing? Selena, 53. Pat Tillman, 46. Kurt Cobain, 37. JFK, 34. Bruce Lee, 32. Jim Morrison had...
About 30, man.
Marilyn Monroe, 29. Anne Frank, 28. Martin Luther King Jr., 28. Bob Marley, 26. Princess Diana was tied with Vincent Van Gogh, 24 apiece. Van Gogh, by the way, for your future reference, is 2 words, V-A-N, capital G-O-G-H, as in Dutch, Van Gogh. Vincent Van Gogh, you got it, Josh?
Yeah, I wrote it down.
For next time, Van Gogh, not Van Gogh. In fact, that sounds like, well,
Careful.
I don't want to get into it.
Yeah,
I know.
move along.
Like William Shakespeare, 21. He was shaking it. Celia Cruz, 18. Jimi Hendrix, 16. Jim Croce, 15. Nostradamus, 15. And the Three Stooges, 15. See, a lot of crossover there between those three. Jim Croce, Nostradamus, and the Three Stooges.
Right.
Patsy Cline, 14. She likes to walk after midnight, Patsy Cline. She's crazy. All her songs were morbid and depressing. And now she's dead. She's been dead a long time. What'd she die from?
I don't know. Old.
You might Google it. Patsy Cline. She died a long time ago. Reverend Jim Jones. Reverend Jones had 9 votes, which is pretty impressive.
You're gay.
Buddy Holly had 8. How could Buddy Holly only have 8 votes? That shows you how limited this audience must be.
Out of mind.
Buddy Holly became so much more popular after they even made a movie about him with that Gary Busey. Copernicus had 8. George Orwell 5. John Lennon had 5. Aaliyah 5. Frankie Lyman had 5. David Koresh 4. Jerry Garcia 4. Bobby Darin 4. He's still splishing and splashing it. John Holmes had 4. He's not splashing too much no mo. Alfred Hitchcock finally wound up with 3. Freddie Mercury had a pair, and Ernest Hemingway had 1. That was that deal. Out of almost 1,500 votes yesterday's poll, not too bad. We have a shocking document here. I happen to have a copy in my hands. I can't tell you where I obtained it from. The Beasley Broadcast Group Employee Feedback Survey. That's what Hank was saying when he Schmidt candidate. He tossed it. I mean, this is a joke. And, of course, the timing of it is so appropriate and at a time when the entire... I can't speak to the rest of their company because I don't really care about it because we only work for this radio station. But this station is in such a state of turmoil that it's almost indescribable. And so I guess their solution to the problems that they're having is to try to put a survey out. And, of course, they don't give any of us... I'm not an employee, so I wouldn't get one anyway. But George didn't get one. Josh Cordes didn't get one because they figured he'd probably auction it so he could get money to gamble with. See, you never let on to us that you were a compulsive gambler, that you were a stowaway to get into a casino.
I'm totally the farthest thing from a compulsive gambler.
Compulsive gambler is what I'm hearing. That's why he was so upset that the Patriots kicked the Steelers' ass the other day. Fool and his money are soon parted. Anybody that bets on football games, I don't want to pee on Hank's parade, man, but people that bet on ball games and stuff like that. And even look at him. He's like, one of the big shot handicappers, and his record is like marginal at best, right?
Yeah, for football. I mean, he bets everything.
No, I didn't ask you to pick on Hank for being a compulsive. By the way, Hank, don't lose too much today. Yeah, he likes to plunge, and what's wrong with that? It's his money.
Hey.
He don't have to answer to anybody. That's the way I look at it. I mean, this business, like people try to tell you, if you have money that you're gambling that you can't afford to gamble, then you got a serious problem, Josh. What? Well, no, you can't afford to be gambling.
I
a
don't
punk
gamble.
like you that's got an old beat-up TV set that's still waiting for a gift from George. And I got news, also more news for you. George couldn't afford it. He couldn't afford to buy himself a TV set, much less buy one for you.
A black and white one.
Yeah, he could buy like one of those little old 9-inch black and white jobs. The bees. Well, let me do the break because once we get, I don't want to spend a lot of time on this thing. But when I read the questions, you'll find it most amusing. Put a little chuckle on your face. It sure did for me. I'll tell you that. 6 more dead soldiers in Iraq, and I can't even find a story on it because now they're not even counting anymore. I'm talking about U.S. soldiers. Can't even find it anymore.
Yeah, but Barbara Boxer mentioned it this morning.
Right. Well, you know what she's one of those commie pinko from the left coast. I say Barbara Boxer for president and Barack Obama for VP. What a ticket that would be, huh? Wow, kick some serious ass. All those liberals, yeah, it's about time we brought the liberals back to save us from this right-wing crap, from this fascism that's destroying our freedom of speech and everything else, man. Do I sound like sufficiently worked up about it?
No.
See, nobody cares anymore because the election's over. Now let's get on to more crap like, hey, here's Johnny. He's still dead. I'm not doing any more Johnny. Enough of that. I didn't like him that much anyway. He was an icon. He was legendary. He was there for a long time.
30 man.
Yeah, but I'm still not buying it. He just didn't do anything for me. I didn't think he was that funny. 10-13, but he was a good guy, at least, off the air. He minded his own business, and he was kind of reclusive, and he's kept to himself, and people liked him. See, that's good. Not that that's that important if somebody's entertaining, that they have to be a good guy, but at least, there's some points for him, right?
Right.
Everybody speaks very highly. 10-13 at 560 WQM. They don't speak too highly of Mo, and that's because he's got that big, ugly bald spot. It's called his head. Just like Boca Brian, a lot of other people I know. And, of course, me, too. I got a big, ugly bald spot in there. But it's not going to do much for me to go to Chuck Alfieri because, in my case, it won't make a difference. But in a lot of you guys' cases, it will make a difference because that big, ugly bald spot makes you look horrendous and a lot older, too. Charlie's been making guys look their best for over 30, count 'em.
About 30, man.
Years. You wouldn't even recognize Charlie's work when you see it because it looks so natural. It's the best, most natural system in the world. It's called, well, what is it called? It's the new skin-like hair system is what it is, and it's 100% undetectable. That's how natural it looks. The hair looks like it's grown right out of your scalp. And Charlie's work is guaranteed. You have nothing to lose but that big shiny spot because you try his system for a month, for about 30 days, and after a month, if you don't love the way it looks and feels and smells, if you're not getting more action than you can even possibly handle, return it for a full refund. What's not to like? Make the call today, 1-800-321-2413. Tell Charlie that you heard about it here on the Neil Rogers Show and get you your special QAM $200 discount off the regular $800 price of the natural hairline system. This is as close as it gets to like real hair as opposed to a mousy-looking muskrat. You won't believe how great and how much younger you'll look after Charlie does it for you. Call him today, toll-free, 1-800-321-2413, or on the wicked web, it's charlesalfieri.com.
You're listening to Neil Rogers exclusively on 560 QAM.
Being very difficult with me this morning.
Short and pale and thin and sickly, the girl with emphysema keeps smoking, and when she passes, she flicks her ash and goes. When she smokes, she's like the chimney that shoots up clouds and smells so nasty that when she passes gas and goes. Oh, but she wants to quit badly.
Now, can we have a conference on that? I don't think that was like...
Let's assemble.
Huh?
Let's get
that wasn't a fart. That was just her going... Yeah, like that,
like
because she was very right.
Finger big chunky lungus. Yes, she would give them up gladly.
Because with our 17-minute delay, we still would have time to dump it, but I vote no.
You could
Josh,
play it.
how do you vote?
I'm going with no also.
No, and George?
No.
Okay.
But each day when she
no.
has to go pee, she sits on the cannon like 3. Short and pale and thin and sickly, the girl with emphysema goes smoking, and when she passes, she smiles with big yellow teeth. Oh, but the room is so smoky. How can she tell where she's going? Yeah, she would give them up gladly. But each day when she has to go pee, she sits on the cannon like 3. Short and pale and thin and sickly, the girl with emphysema goes smoking, and then she flashes that smile with big yellow teeth and gunk underneath. She just cannot breathe. It's only a wheeze. And I have a like.
No. There's a message for all you punks out there. Don't start puffing on them faggots, man. Emphysema, it'll kill you. It's a nasty way to go. Just ask Johnny. He's still dead. 20 past 10 at 560. We don't want to milk the Johnny Carson thing, but it should be a good message to us all, right? Only 79. Just a young whippersnapper, right?
Right.
79. When you think he got that money that he had, millions and millions and millions, and did he enjoy those last years?
No.
Probably not. I don't think so, because emphysema, from what I'm told, and of course the chronic smokers, people that are dying from emphysema, many of them are so addicted to the nicotine that they have to have a tube inserted in their throat so they can still puff the nicotine. Have you ever seen that?
I have.
That is really sad.
Sure. What a waste.
Well, I mean, you can't blame the people. It's addictive, man. It's addictive.
I can blame the people.
I say ban all them faggots right now.
Oh,
Start
please.
selling the wacky weed and get rid of that cigarettes.
Blame the people.
Yeah, that's right. Blame the individuals for being addicted to sugar like me. Oh, you're
Sure.
just killing yourself with that sugar. Yeah, well.
Lots of things that are bad for you all around.
And the problem is that you like them. If the things that were bad for you were like disgusting, like vanilla ice cream, then I could pass on that.
We wouldn't have a problem, right?
Right. The Beasley Broadcast Group. Now, this is a memo that was circulated to employees, and not us, though. Nobody connected with this show. Hank already, Schmidt can't his. The Beasley Broadcast Group, and then we'll get to the Boog story, okay? We hate to see the Boog go, but the Boog, quite frankly, was never really here recently. Are you aware of that?
Oh, no. Me?
No, he wasn't really. No, he wasn't really a QM employee recently. He was like a Marlins employee, works for the team,
right.
And every once in a great while he'd fill in like freelance, but he wasn't on the QM payroll. But the people over there at 790, man, they're like, they're doing it. They're pirating everybody they can. They're going through the pack. God only knows who it might be next. You know what I'm saying?
All right.
The Beasley Broadcast Group is always looking for ways to improve the work environment and increase the effectiveness of the operations within our radio clusters, as in like a cluster of hemorrhoids, cluster of grapes, and our corporate orifice. One of the best ways to determine where there are areas that are either frustrating to you or make your job more difficult and unpleasant is to give you a chance to communicate your feelings to the cluster and corporate management in an anonymous and confidential way, with no repercussions to you. No attempt will be made to identify any person participating in the survey. The survey is being sent to every employee in the entire company.
Yeah.
Taking a few moments to, well, except the ones we don't like real bad, like George and Josh. He's a compulsive gambler. Taking a few moments to complete this feedback survey will provide information to corporate and station management. This information will be carefully considered in making changes in the way your supervisors and corporate personnel function. Oh, yeah. Oh, Cracker, please. The objective is to improve your work experience and the effectiveness of our overall operations. And when you've attached this, stick it up your where the moon don't shine. The survey sheet will not actually be shown to anyone at your market cluster. We thank you for your candid and honest input. Please return these forms to the business department by this Thursday, January 27th. And here's what, here's what the questions are. In my opinion, the overall morality, and I'm going to do it right on the air. I don't have to be anonymous. What the hell do I care? They didn't give me one anyway. I'm an independent contractor, not an employee of this outfit. In my opinion, the overall morale of the employees in this cluster is Circle 1, excellent, good, fair, or poor. Poor morale.
How come there are two positives and only one negative? How about like awful?
How about you can't complain about the morale because there isn't any. That's my choice. 2, the overall morale of the people working in my department is excellent, good, fair, poor, or you can't complain about the morale because there isn't any. 3, my level of respect for my immediate supervisor is very high, medium, low, or very low, and my choice isn't on here very, 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 very low.
Who's your immediate supervisor?
I don't even know who my immediate supervisor is.
It'd be Clarence, I imagine.
Well, like I said, very, 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 very low. 4, my level of respect for my coworkers in my department is very high, medium, low, very low. Very high. My coworkers are doing a magnificent job. In spite of the rest of this crowd. 5, my level of respect for station manager is very high, medium, low, or very low. Well, let me just put it this way. Very, 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 very low. 6, I have the following problems with my immediate supervisor. It's got like a place where you can write stuff in. He's an idiot. That's all. 7, I have the following problems with my station manager. Well, he's an idiot and a compulsive liar. 8, I have the following problems with another department. Sales department, engineering department, who did I leave out? Traffic department, water Nazi. Am I leaving anybody out?
The janitor.
The janitor. No, he does a good job, the janitor, only he keeps messing, he keeps sticking his nose in our stuff in there. Blame him.
Using my spray.
9, I feel that I'm not being treated fairly in the following way. Oh, I don't have the time, Joyce. 10, I could do a much better job if they didn't keep jerking the audience around and the showtime around if they left us alone. You'll notice that now that we're back on 10 to 2, as a matter of fact, this last rating, when we had those hour by hour, we just kicked bloody ass, man. Now that we finally got off of that 9 to 1 thing, we could have continued right along our merry way doing 10, 11, and 12 shares in men like we were for a long, long time, for like 5 years, whatever it was, until Greg came up with that ingenious idea of putting us on 9 to 1. That was the beginning of the end. That was the beginning of the denouement, whatever that means, the unraveling. 10, I just did that. 11, the thing that bothers me most about working here is there's only 3 lines for that. The thing that bothers me most about working here is that I'm working with for a bunch of lunatics, crazy people that just won't stop diddling, man. Enough of the diddling. 12, I'd like to see more. Sanity. That would be good. That's a simple word. Sanity. 13, I'd like to see less insanity. Like to see less changing and moving around and pissing everybody off, and I'd like to see a lot less Joyce. How's that? Just one word answer for that one. I'd like to see less Joyce. 14, my respect level for corporate management is very high, medium, low, or very low. Very, 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 it doesn't exist. Non-existent. 15, my respect for the corporate staff is non-existent. Carolyn. 16, corporate management needs to wise up. 17, the corporate staff needs to wise up. 18, my station cluster could do much better if all of these people would wise up. 19, the company could do much better if they would wise up. 20, I would also like to say that your mama. How's that? Simple two-word answer.
All right.
Your mama. So there's my answer to your survey, and you can take it and stick it with a Mundo chime. Give it to Mr. Whipple, okay, and wipe somebody's...
rectum.
Yeah, with it. What a joke. As if it's rocket science, you know. Really takes a genius to figure out, like, these are very complicated things. And the only kind of people that put out stuff like that are people who don't know how to do business. People who don't know how to deal with other people. That's the problem right there. I don't think I have the right copy here.
Uh-oh.
Well, I'm all whipped up into a frenzy now because of that damn stupid-ass survey. I don't think I have the fast... Oh, here it is right here for fast reading. Of course, you know what a great job Todd Dreck does of updating the copy and giving us something really to sink our teeth into on his accounts? Not. As a matter of fact, probably this thing I have in my hand right here on the sheet of paper, too, it probably won't change for, like, how many months?
About 30, man.
Yeah, nice going, Todd, man. You are on top of things. You are the best. In fact, how come I didn't mention him in there? Let's go back and do the survey again. 28 after 10 at 560 WQM. Happy Tuesday to you. We got Curtis Stevenson for the Mad Dog at 2 today. Mad Dog figures as long as he's a lame duck anywhere and they're jerking him around, why the hell come in every day, right? He'll probably be working less than he was before, which wasn't much. Mo Howard David at 4 to 7. Then we got Geldy again tonight, 7 to 10 to squeak his way through 3 hours, and Eddie K at 10 o'clock. If you earned less than $50,000 last year, you need some help, man. Time for a career change. Time to get a life. Pick up that phone and call the good folks at Fast Train right now. Toll free, 1-866-FAST-TRAIN. Because Fast Train can have you trained and ready for a new high-paying career in as little as 4 short months. Fast Train offers high-demand, high-pay career training. If you like computers, if you ever even thought about becoming a computer network professional, just call Fast Train and they'll get you on the road to like a real career. Call 1-866-FAST-TRAIN. The demand for computer professionals right now is at an all-time high, and like I said just a milliseconds ago, you can be trained and ready for a new career in as little as 4 months at Fast Train. They got locations all over, so there's bound to be one easy, convenient for where you live. They're in Kendall, Miami, Pembroke Pines, and Fort Lauderdale. Fast Train offers job placement, financial aid for people who qualify, and day, evening, and weekend classes are forming right now as I speak. So pick up that phone, get off your dead-end job, say goodbye to your schmuck boss, and get yourself a real career and the big fat paycheck that goes along with it, so you can plunge your guts out just like Josh Cordes. Call Fast Train toll-free 1-866-FAST-TRAIN.
You're listening to Neil Rogers exclusively on 560 QAM.
It is I, your new leader of Iraq.
Looking for a new career in politics?
I wish to announce my candidacy to be the...
CACI, Khaki International, is now accepting applications from former oil company executives to run for office as Iraq's new president.
Vote for me and I'll set you free.
We're looking for a few corruptible men to fulfill America's mission to install democracy wherever it simply isn't wanted.
I pledge to restore your order and
Are you good enough to be a puppet for the new American Nazi Party?
No.
Call now. 1-800-I-LOVE-THE-SAUDIS and they love me. Again, I love the Saudis and they love me. I love the Saudis and they love me. I love the Saudis and they love me. I love the Saudis and they love me.
10:32, 28 to 11 at 560 WQAM. Speaking of that, gunman killed Iraq Justice Ministry official.
Oi!
A high-ranking official in Iraq's Justice Ministry was gunned down this morning as he was leaving his home southeast of Baghdad. According to Baghdad police headquarters, Judge Qais Hashim al-Shamari. Remember that? That was that Godfather 3 thing. Was leaving his home in New Baghdad when the drive-by shooting took place. His son was also killed. Insurgents have been targeting officials, and policing is cooperating with the U.S. occupation, labeling them infidels. Meanwhile, here's finally the story, and it's just like an afterthought. Meanwhile, 6 U.S. soldiers died Monday, 1 in a roadside bombing and 5 in a vehicle accident. That's it. And it goes down a little bit more on that, but that's about it. You have to search to find it out anymore because it's, you've been adjusted to it, desensitized to it. Whole lot of dead Americans over there. Any reason why? No. Oh, Condoleezza will tell you in those hearings. Now, here's the deal. We got 3 pictures. We were doing a countdown, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Yesterday we had, who do we have? Alyssa Milano.
Right.
And today we got Carmen Electra. 3 photos for the price of 1. 3 fine photos behind the beaded curtain. If you're of legal age, and you damn well better be, or we're going to come to your house and just beat the crap out of you. Carmen Electra, 3 fine photos of Carmen. She was number 4 in your voting last week when we did the countdown for the all-time most popular Beat a Curtain gal. And here's the poll question for today. Who is or was the most typecast actor or actress ever? Now, the problem with this thing is the ones that we've got on there, like mostly old-timers.
Right.
And I'm sure we'll have some punks. Also, we got the Oscar nominees today. We got that list. That'll kill some good time. Boring.
Yeah.
33 votes so far. The most typecast, Bela Lugosi, 12. Although I will say this, I didn't vote for him. You want to know why?
Why?
Because even though he was the Dracula thing and he was in a lot of those follow-up monster movies, he was also in a lot of gangster movies.
Yes, he was.
Where he played a gangster.
That's right. I didn't vote for him either.
Huh?
I did not vote for him.
But he does have 12 votes. Leonard Nimoy's got 6. Mr. Spock with ears. Yeah. I mean, what else could he be at this point, right? He's just Mr. Spock, although he was on Fishing Impossible.
Yeah, and he did In Search Of, too, but it didn't help.
I forgot about In Search Of. That was a good show.
It was a good show. Didn't help.
Anyway, Boris Karloff just passed him. Bela Lugosi, 15. Boris Karloff, 7. Leonard Nimoy, 6. Charles Bronson's got 5, you son of a bitch. Edward G. Robinson, that was my votes, got 4. Always a gangster. I can't remember him in any movie when he wasn't a gangster. I remember Eddie Robinson used to play first base for the Yankees. That's a different Eddie Robinson.
Wise guy, see?
I bet you Hank remembers him. Big fat guy. No, not Hank. I mean Eddie Robinson. And William Shatner, 3. And you put Eric Estrada on there.
Yeah, I came across by fax during the break, so.
I see. Eric Estrada. Chips. Yeah. Chips and, of course, those two things.
And those
about all I remember
smoke
Eric
signal
Estrada.
commercials.
Huh?
Smoke signals.
Smoke signals.
It's a commercial for a low-rent cell phone company.
Oh, and he also did a scam for some weight loss thing based in Miami, an infomercial that I saw in Europe, no less. I mean, the silliest, most ridiculous thing. Even he looked at it, couldn't keep a straight face doing the thing. Couldn't keep it straight. Eric Estrada.
Yay.
WQAM, hello.
Neil, I got one for the poll.
Okay.
Frankie Lyman, put him on the poll.
Weak. WQAM, hello.
Yes, nomination, sir.
Yes.
Actually, it's 6 people, but it involves one type of character. It's any child actor that was on the Brady Bunch. They're 45 years old, and they're still Bradys.
Yeah, okay. Weak. WQAM, hello.
Hey, Neil, I got one for the poll.
Yes, sir.
Peter Falk.
Peter Falk is good, even though he wasn't in
right.
some other very interesting movies. But you're right.
All right.
Okay, thank you. Once he did the one-eyed Columbo thing, that was pretty much it. Yeah. WQAM, hello.
QAM?
WQAM, this is us.
Yes, I'd like to add Bob Denver to the poll.
Bob Denver is perfect. Right up our alley. Thank you. You're welcome. I want to get to the Boog thing here, but it's we'll stall. In fact, what I'll do is we'll go back and read the Beasley corporate survey again a few times. Very, very, very. WQAM, hello.
Hey, how you doing? I got something for the poll.
Yes, sir.
Irene Ryan, who was Granny from the Beverly Hillbillies.
What was her name?
Irene Ryan.
Irene Ryan. Okay, bad phone, but good choice. Irene Ryan. Nobody's going to know who that is, but, well, maybe a few. We got some Beverly Hillbilly people, I would think.
But first, I need a little pot.
But before we get the little pot, this story is so good. Is that, I don't know what the name of that city is. Is it Machias? Machias? I never heard of that. Machias? Machias, Maine.
Make it up.
Someplace in Maine. Some little bumfork town. A 54-year-old homeless man who routinely complained of fake chest pains to avoid paying the tab for restaurant meals may have gotten his just desserts. A judge sentenced Elias on Friday, that's his name, to 90 days in jail after he pleaded guilty to theft of services. The sentence followed the recommendation of DA Paul Kavanaugh, who said the August 5th incident at the Townhouse restaurant marked the 13th time that Elias tried to skip out on the check by pretending he had trouble breathing and was having a heart attack. He kept saying,
I'm dying over here.
He has 18 convictions just since 2003, the year Elias moved to Maine from California. Has been jailed numerous times, Kavanaugh said. Authorities said Elias would order dinner and drinks, eat and enjoy, then fake his need for medical assistance when the check arrived. He would then be taken to a local hospital, but usually left before police arrived. Elias' court-appointed attorney, Jeffrey Davidson, told the judge that the homeless and unemployed man just wanted to eat a restaurant meal like anybody else. Even if he didn't have dignity, he wanted to feel like he did, Davidson. Well, that's a good excuse, right?
Sure, yeah, I'm going to try that.
I'm going to go into Ruth Chris and I think I'm dying over here after I have a big meal and drinks and a nice big dessert and the whole thing. This reminds me of a true story. Once upon a time, a friend and I were in Boston several years ago, and we ate at Legal Seafood House, like the one in the Sawgrass there.
Right.
But the original one, really good one, as opposed to that one. Legal Seafood. And so anyway, I wouldn't say it's a real super fancy restaurant, but it's certainly not like a diner. It's not a dive. It's pretty nice. And we're eating, and in comes a guy who looked like he just crawled out of a dumpster. It looked like a homeless guy. And this guy, he orders the chowder. He orders like a big, surf and turf, the most expensive thing on the menu. He orders dessert. And, of course, you can see they're they're confabbing some of the help because they're really wondering if this guy's going to be able to pay for the meal. And to make a long story short, just out of curiosity, we kind of stretched out the meal and stuck around just to see if he could pay, and he did. This guy ate enough for 4 people. And he looked like he had been sleeping for a month in a dumpster. He looked worse than Maddie Bell on a bad day. Does that say it all?
Well, Maddie dresses nice.
Get out of here. He looks like he slept in that suit, in that phony suit of his. He's always wrinkled up. His body's wrinkled. His face is wrinkled. His suit is wrinkled. Man, he makes me look like a fashion plate, Maddie. Why are you sucking up to Maddie Bell? They're not going to do any good. He hates you like poison. Every day when he's got a George Rodriguez voodoo doll. He sticks pins in it right in your rectum every day when he goes home.
Is that
so much he despises you.
I thought it felt like a
yeah. If you think you got roids developing, forget about that. It's Maddie Bell sticking it to you. So don't buy this crap about Neil's just making it just a big joke. And that's not a joke. He despises you. He wishes you would croak, and it's all because of jealousy because you got Dwight Lauderdale all bent out of shape about that ass stuff. 20 till, just ask him. 20 before 11 at 560 WQM, the main man, Anthony Caliendo at Acceptance Capital Mortgage, says it's time for New Year's resolutions. Like most Americans, some of them might be like paying off your credit cards, lowering your debt, cutting your mortgage payments, pulling out cash. When in doubt, pull some out. And investing in real estate, they're at the top of many people's list. South Florida is one of the hottest real estate markets in the U.S., so why keep so much equity in your house or pay high interest rates? The main man's New Year's resolution is to give back to the community, and this year they've partnered with Kids in Distress. With a track record of 25 years of helping over 5,000 abused and neglected children each year, Acceptance Capital is donating a portion of all commissions on every closed loan to this great cause. And even if you're in the mortgage business, the main man is always looking for brokers for his 4 convenient locations, too. So call the main man, Anthony Caliendo, at his toll-free number, 1-888-483-LOAN. That's 1-888-483-LOAN, or go to themainman.com, and you can fill out that application right online. Here's that number one more once, 1-888-483-LOAN.
You're listening to Neil Rogers exclusively on 560 QAM.
Absolutely.
We like Boogla, we like Boogla, we like Boogla, we like Boogla, we like Boogla. Sports old guy with the orange hair, don't mind locker room underwear. Yeah, we like Boogla, Boogla, Boogla. Talks about jocks a lot, talks about jocks quite a lot. Just a boring sport whole show, talks about jocks like a big suck hole. Yeah, we like Boogla, Boogla, Boogla. He was big and round, but dropped way down. He's thinner now, much thinner now.
16 to 11, we like Boogalot in spite of the fact that he's bailing out and he's going to the competition, but that's okay. See, unlike Defoe, who bailed out, well, he didn't really bail out. He got his ass kicked out. He got his ass kicked out even though he's going to do the morning show because he turned out to be an...
John Killer.
Yeah. But unlike Defoe, whom we despise like poison, Boog we like a lot. No matter where he goes, we wish him the best of success, right?
Right.
Even though it looks like he's going to be on right opposite us. How do we handle that?
Gosh.
Now, this article by Barry Jackass in the Herald this morning, Shambi turns down Marlins, M-A-R-L-I-S-N, to join ESPN and 790 Radio. Not a very good job on their website. I told you for years, the Herald website blows. It's one of the worst. It starts out by saying, baseball for ESPN television and talk show for 790 ESPN Radio. So, in other words, there's like 1 or 2 lines missing there. It's just crap. It's caca, what you'd expect of the Herald. Fox Sports Network offered Shambi the Marlins TV play-by-play job last Tuesday, and all parties expected an agreement, including us. Didn't we just about announce it on the air?
Right.
Didn't we say it was a done deal? Didn't Josh Cordes, who's the Marlins insider, say it's done?
I thought so.
Yeah, we all thought so. But, guess what? It's never done. ESPN caused Shambi, 34, to reconsider by offering a package of 30...
About 30, man.
Baseball games on ESPN on Monday or Wednesday nights. Because of baseball blackout rules, ESPN televises 2 games simultaneously except Sunday nights, and Shambi probably will do the secondary, the backup game in many cases. Shambi previously has called college football and basketball games for ESPN regional TV. So here's the big start to be on like a regional, national, whatever it's going to be on ESPN. About 30 baseball
About 30, man.
games a season. Shambi, who will leave his job as a Marlins radio announcer after 8 seasons, will also do a talk show for 790. The program likely will be from 10 a.m. to 1 p.m., although the hours aren't definite. Craig Minervini and Jason Solodkin currently are the hosts those hours on 790. Well, maybe they can all be on there at the same time, kind of like us and Stern, right?
Sure, overlap.
Just jam them all in there together. Fox Sports' other finalists for the Marlin TV job were Rich Waltz. I wonder if he's kin to Jack Waltz. Huh? That's his name, Rich Waltz. I know what you're going to say.
I don't care how many Dago, Guinea, greaseball, goombas come out of the woodwork.
That is what
who handles Seattle Mariners pregame and postgame shows on TV, and Bob McGillicott, who announces minor league baseball and hockey in Syracuse, New York. Waltz would appear to be the front-runner to work alongside Tommy Hunt unless Fox Sports decides to reopen the search, like one of those nationwide searches, like we do at QAM. The Marlins also must hire a radio announcer to replace Shambi to work alongside the terminally coma-inducing Dave Van Horn. Boring, it says here. While 790 was adding Shambi on Monday, the market's third all-sports station, which has a point in men round the clock. At least they're consistent. They may not be good, but at least they're consistent. That's it. That's what they had. No measurable audience, but Barry Jackass continues wasting a lot of ink on that crap. The Fan, 1400, was on life support. Carl Foster, who was leasing airtime from James Crystal Inc., failed to provide the money to renew his lease, and as a result, most of the station's local shows did not air. WFLL, 1400, carried Fox National programming most of the day. James Crystal management continues to hold discussions with Foster, like give us the money or else. Like stick 'em up. It's a hold-up. How do you like that? That a joke or what? 1400 my ass. That's the old light bulb frequency with about 6 watts. As in, what's the point? Here's one for our poll from Fredo. It says, how about James Arness after Gunsmoke? He disappeared faster than Johnny. What about James Arness? I would agree with that. He was Matt Dillon, right?
Right.
And that was it.
Don't remember him in anything else.
Speaking of Matt Dillon, whatever happened to him? Not that I miss him at all, but he was okay in Drugstore Cowboy.
Yeah.
Wasn't that the movie?
Yes, it was.
Yeah, he was good in that. But other than that, I could live without him. He just kind of vanished, didn't he?
Sort of.
Good.
I'm trying to think what he's done lately. Not much.
Well, he must have done somebody. Here's the poll so far. Who is or was the most typecast actor, actress of all time? 82 votes so far. We'll get a whole bunch more names on here and make it really interesting or not, as the case may be. Bela Lugosi had 26. Eddie, come help me, please, Eddie. Come, Eddie. Bela, who had a thing for Johnny Depp, and who could blame him? Charles Bronson, 14. Boris Karloff, 14. Boy, that Martin Landau, what a great actor, huh?
Yes, he was.
He's dead?
I don't know. Isn't he?
Barbara Bain, his ex-wife, they were on Fishing Impossible. Is she dead?
I'll check it out.
How about Gary Bain, the jockey? He's still alive. Charles Bronson and Boris Karloff, 14 apiece. Leonard Nimoy, 12. William Shatner, 7. Edward G. Robinson had 6. Eric Estrada's got a pair. Little teeny tiny pair. Bob Denver's got one. Irene Ryan's got one. And Peter Falk don't have any yet. Now, Peter Falk's actually been in a lot of other movies. He was a lot more than just Columbo.
Nevertheless.
What? Well,
Every time
most of today's crowd would think of him as Columbo, and that's it. Anything else, there would be no credibility. See, that's typecast. In other words, you're so viewed. I got another one for you. I got 2 more.
You got 2 more?
I got a big, fat, growing 2 more. Adam West and Burt Ward.
They
Burt,
bitched about it
B-U-R-T,
continuously.
Adam West and Burt Ward. In fact, in the biography, when you see the thing about them and about Batman and about either one of them, that's what they talk about. And they've been hanging on, going around the country doing these Batman revival type shows. You know, because that's it. That's what everybody views them as. And, of course, Robin, now that those old green tights ain't fitting no more. He's wow.
Martin Landau is still alive.
Good news.
I'm looking up Barbara Bain right now.
Please. WQAM, hello.
Hey, Neil.
Yes, sir.
I have 2 names for your poll.
2, okay.
Peter Sellers.
Who? Peter Sellers.
Peter Sellers, the Pink Panther.
Right.
And Fred Gwynn, the Munsters.
And Fred Gwynn, a.k.a. John Kerry. Okay, thanks a lot.
Thanks.
Fred Gwynn and Peter Sellers. But I didn't realize, just like yesterday, it's going to be a big list, you know?
Right.
Going to be a huge list. Actors or actresses, most typecast. WQAM, hello. WQAM, hello.
Hey, George?
Yep.
How's it going, man? Listen, I got one for the poll, but I wanted to just tell him, you to talk about James Arness from Gunsmoke.
Right.
Do you know who his brother was in real life? Peter Graves.
Right, Peter Graves from Mission Impossible, right.
Yeah, it's really Peter Arness.
That is correct.
His name, yeah. Okay. Take it easy, man.
Thanks. I thought he said he had something. He didn't have, that was it?
That was it.
What am I looking for? Well, we got this.
I don't know.
No, I'm looking for a theme again. There you go.
I can't find her anywhere.
Look at all the people from Mission Impossible we're talking about. Martin Landau and Peter Graves. Barbara Bain. And Greg. What was that black guy's name? Greg something.
Reed.
What was it? Greg Reed? No, you know what I'm talking about. From Mission Impossible.
Right, I don't know his name.
Yeah, you do. Greg something. I think he's dead. Damn it.
I'll look it up. I can't find Barbara Bain anywhere.
Well, how's that possible? You can't find Barbara Bain.
MD.
What?
No, I'm finding different people, not the one we're looking for.
Why don't you look up IMDb?
I did.
And you're getting Barbara Bain MD?
I got nothing on IMDb for Barbara Bain.
How is that possible? How are you spelling it? V-A-I-N.
Yeah.
She's the bane of our existence, huh?
Oh, here we go, down at the bottom of other pages.
Wow. 5670560, pound 560 on the Verizon Singular Wireless line. That was a damn good show, Mission Impossible, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Dang good. Line 9, WQAM, hello.
Hey, Neil, how's it going?
Pretty good, Pally.
I got two for you.
Okay.
Beverly Hills Billy, that guy Jethro, he was even been on that entertainment show where he was going to commit suicide because he didn't get any job.
Max Baer.
Max Baer, okay.
It was Greg Morris, and how about David Cassidy?
David Cassidy's excellent. That's all he ever fetched about is that he was like typecast.
Yes, and she's swell.
Okay, see ya. Greg Morris, that's right. See,
Max
Greg
Baer
Morris,
is perfect
just threw
for
that
it,
in there.
But
What?
he went on to executive stuff later on.
Who did?
Max Baer from the Beverly Hillbillies. So he never wanted to get another job acting, and so I don't know what that was.
But that's not the
No, it's
question.
perfect. What? I'm
the
just
question
taking
isn't
what he
did
said.
somebody go on and ever succeed at anything else. But as far as an actor was concerned, he was typecast. That's why he never got any more acting jobs.
That's what I said. That's the first thing I said.
Yeah.
But he didn't try to get anything else.
Well, maybe he knew he couldn't get anything else. How do you like that? How about David Cassidy? Do we have him on there yet?
He should be.
He sure ought to be. And we got the Brady Bunch on here. Do we have the Partridge Family? God forbid. Get the guy with the eyes all worked up and squeezing himself. Where the hell? It's not on here. Good. Got the Brady Bunch. See, the guy that called before about the Brady Bunch, what are they going to do? Put all their names on here? Every kid actor or actress?
Everybody who's ever...
Yeah. Yeah, we'll just put them all on there. We'll do a search on there. We'll put like 7,000 names of every child actor or actress who was ever in a movie or on TV. We'll put them all on there. Schmuck. WQAM, hello.
Hey, Neil, how you doing?
Pretty good.
How about Michael Richards, Kramer from Seinfeld?
I never watched that show. I hated that show, so I have no idea. What do you say, guys?
Sure, why not?
Okay, whatever you say. Didn't sound too thrilled with it. I don't know who that is. I never watched that show for like 2 minutes. Jerry Seinfeld, man, he gives me the heebie-jeebies. I do mean heebie. Oh, God. No, I can't deal with him. He's nauseating. He's just dripping with that certain New York oozy thing, you know?
Barbara Bain is still alive.
Barbara Bain and Martin Landau are both still alive. How do you like that? On Mission Impossible, I hit him with 5 shots, and they're still alive. Divorced, long since divorced. But that was kind of interesting, sidelight to the fact that they were both on that show and they were husband and wife at that time. Not real interesting, but mildly interesting, don't you think? Moderately interesting. Speaking of moderately interesting, the Oscar nominations announced after the top of the hour. We'll kill about 2 minutes with that. When I see that Leo is on here, it just makes me want to gag. How can anybody take that thing seriously, God. It's amazing to me that, you can peddle anything to the American public and also the so-called critics and experts. You can peddle any kind of crap, He must have some really good naked pictures of somebody.
Or he's doing
because he's pathetic. He's a silly person. He's a simpleton, man. He's a little screamer.
Greg
What
Morris.
he is, Leo. Huh?
Greg Morris.
The guy just called in and said that 5 minutes ago while you were busy arguing with him about Max Baer.
Damn it.
He said Greg Morris. That's what he said.
Damn it.
Dan, who? Didn't I say Greg Morris is dead? I said that. Dead. Did I say that?
Did you say that? No, I'm going to have to look that up.
I did say that. Well, I thought he was dead, and now we know for sure. Damn it, there seems to be a lot of that going around. There we go. Damn, I thought I was going to be next. Am I doing a live spot here or not? I guess not, huh?
No.
Because I already threw the log away. See, today I want to start getting back. No, I want to start getting ahead of myself. This business of not scratching out the break-in. That's all because of that time thing that we went through. And as far as Mo is concerned about doing 10 to 2, I have everything's just fine with me. It's already 11 o'clock, and we barely sat our fat asses down in the chairs yet.
You're listening to Neil Rogers exclusively on 560 QAM.
This is the Neil Rogers Show. This is your brain. Any questions?
Some stations give you cars. Some stations give you cash. But this station is going to give you the best gift of all. Because this station is going to give you peace of mind.
Nirvana.
Just be the third caller when you hear this sound. And we'll give you a lobotomy. That's right.
We'll remove the part of your brain responsible for coherent thought.
No more fear. No more problems. Just day after day of peaceful living in a semi-vegetative state. You'll be surrounded by people who will clothe you, feed you, and record your every bowel movement. Spend your your days playing with bits of paper and brightly colored blocks.
24-hour peace of mind.
All because you had a lobotomy.
This station is not liable for botched lobotomies that leave winners merely stupid instead of peaceful. But we will try to find you a nice job in an area convenience store on the night shift. In the back.
Lose your mind.
Literally.
Keep listening to win.
Or just come to work at QAM. It'll have the same effect. 11 o'clock at QAM. Here's one that I thought to put on there, but I have seen him in a variety of other things, especially lately. Robert De Niro, says Elmer.
Right.
Always cast as a mobster, but not lately. He's been in some different things, but I think he deserves to be on there.
We can put him on there.
Yeah. And another good one is on Elmer's list here, Joe Pesci.
Mm-hmm.
Even though he was in, what was that awful boxing movie that everybody raves about, Raging Bull?
Okay.
But he still played the same character.
Pretty much.
You know what I mean? He still did the same thing, Joe Pesci.
Right.
He's always like that. Joe Pesci. Here's a very good one. How about Henry Winkler, the Fonz? Hey, the Fonz. Oh, boy, do I despise him or what?
What?
There you go again. You hate everybody. You're just such a hard ass. You don't like anybody except Tom Brady.
Hello world, here's a song that we're singing. Come on, get happy.
I used to like David Cassidy, and I'm proud to admit it. He sure was pretty.
A whole lot of loving is what we'll be bringing.
So there it is. I don't want to disappoint your friend, the guy with the eyes, because if we got him upset, then he wouldn't show up at any more of your apperances.
Haven't seen him in a long time.
Good, thank God. Maybe he died, the guy with the eyes. Oh, wouldn't that be?
We'd
have a party. Oh!
Nah, he's benign. No,
Walter says George Reeves, the original Superman, killed himself because of being typecast. Right. There's a lot of debate about whether he actually committed suicide or not, George Reeves. In fact, if you go on one of those biography channel shows, you'll every now and then you'll see one of these deals about who was the other one from Hogan's Heroes?
Oh, I forgot.
The porno freak.
Oh,
come on,
Bob
Crane. Bob Crane. Would you get with it or what?
Sorry.
Huh? Man, Bob Crane, right? A lot of rumor about how he died. Anyway, George Reeves, you might want to put Superman in parentheses on that, Josh, because who the hell's going to know George Reeves? They think we're talking about Jim Reeves, the country music guy.
Christopher Reeves.
Or Chris Reeves, another Superman. That thing with Superman and Reeves, man, it's not a good combination. And in fact, even playing Superman, Bud Collyer played Superman on the radio, and bada bing, he died. He used to be on To Tell the Truth on TV, remember Bud Collyer?
No.
And also, what was that other horrible game he was on? Or they had like a limited time to do those stupid stunts. What was that? I don't know what it was. Boca Brian will know. Here's the number one choice according to this faxer. It says, didn't matter what movie he was in, he played the same whole character, and you're right. John Wayne, the Duke. John Wayne. Get that on there immediately. He'll go zooming to the top. He'll pass Bella like he's laid out in the box. Right?
Yep.
John Wayne. Boy, could he act or what, huh? The Duke. You don't mess with the Duke. And what was his name again? Marion.
Beat the Clock.
Beat the Clock. Very good. Thanks, Boca Brian.
Yes.
Did I tell you?
Yep.
Oh, and I guess I'll play it just to humor him. He did a bit that I didn't put in the computer because.
That was hysterical.
Well, if anybody's ever seen Boca Brian, which is most people haven't, if you saw him, then this would be very, very funny. If you don't know him and never saw him,
we'll post a picture of his head on the website.
There you go.
Get it.
And now for you youngsters, I will slap my bald head.
There you go. That's the only time you'll ever hear that. I hope you enjoyed it. Well, no, it's an inside thing. You know, we find it all very amusing. But Tracy and Kendall has 3 nominations for the pool. It's a good thing the first one isn't going to qualify because 3 is one too many. Carol O'Connor, to which I would say absolutely not. I mean, Carol O'Connor's last thing was that awful
In the Heat of the Night.
Heat of the Night series on TV. Right. And he was, I don't know.
I agree with that more than Robert De Niro.
You agree with what?
That he's more typecast than Robert De Niro, if we're going to be relative.
No. I think it's menza. Half and half. Okay, we'll put Carol O'Connor on there. A lot of people, that's all they know is Archie Bunker. It's all they know, right?
Right.
Gives me an excuse to play these themes again, though. Let's do that every day.
Sure.
I mean, we won't have any audience left, but wouldn't that be great?
Oh, that's not true. They'll love it.
Do they love it?
Boy, the way Glenn Miller played.
Okay, that's enough. Carol O'Connor, Gary Coleman, oh yeah, midget.
Yeah.
And Barbara Eden. Yeah, I saw Barbara Eden in a couple of other things, but I think definitely when you see Barbara Eden, you think of Jeannie, right?
Right. I liked Harper Valley PTA.
And Tracy says, go, Pats, have a great day. Thanks, Tracy. 3 for 3. Here's Jim, who says, Governor Arnold belongs on your poll. Oh, yeah, the Terminator. That's all he is. Terminally obnoxious. Arnold. Got it?
Got it.
Poll suggestion would be great now if they had managed... Who would be great now if they managed to stay alive? Oh, Brandon DeWilde. My vote is Eddie Cochran. Remember Eddie Cochran sitting in the balcony?
No.
I do. I think that was Eddie Cochran. I'm pretty sure. Anyway, a poll for who would be great now if they managed to stay alive. I don't think there are that many of them, are there?
Well, what the audience will hear is name some dead people.
No, people that died before people who died young before they were around long enough to achieve greatness.
I understand the question.
Like Brandon DeWilde. That's the only one I can think of. It says Eddie Cochran. Okay, singer. Buddy Holly, but Buddy Holly did achieve fame. In fact, he was on yesterday's poll after and should have had a lot more votes, by the way. Shame on you people. Became legendary after he died. And he wasn't a good singer. He was very mediocre at best. You know, Peggy Sue. He was horrible. You know, that'll be the day. He was weak, man. He was weak and wimpy and goofy looking and yahoo-y, but now he's legendary because after some people die, they become legendary. You know what I mean? Like, for example... Now, just a joke, Johnny. Just lighten up.
And now for you youngsters.
567-0560, pound 560 on the Verizon and Singular Wireless line. WQAM, hello.
Neil.
Yes, sir.
I got one for the poll.
Okay, good. One, I like that.
I say Adam Sandler. Always plays the same guy in every movie.
Same idiot, right. Very
same
good choice.
Idiot, you got it.
And Bob Barker agrees, by the way.
Yeah.
Thanks a lot, Pally.
You have a good one, Neil.
You too. Adam Sandler, oh, man. Do I like Adam Sandler?
No.
You don't like anybody, Neil. Name somebody you do like besides Bela Lugosi. Well, look at all these people on the poll here. I like all of them. Bela Lugosi, Charles Bronson, Leonard Nimoy, Boris Karloff, William Shatner, Edward G. Robinson. Bob Denver I don't like. Adam West I like. Eric Estrada I don't like. John Wayne I don't like. Huh? But so far... Michael Richards, I don't know who that is. Peter Falk, I love. David Cassidy, I love. Literally. Joe Pesci, I love. Well, the only thing with Joe Pesci is he's too much, you know. Enough already with the same routine. Get a new act, you know? Right?
Right.
Do I amuse you? You know, I amuse you with this act. In fact, he's starting to sound like Carol O'Connor a little bit.
This
you know,
is
like
Joe
Archie
Pesci.
Bunker.
And I would like to be serious with you for a moment.
Get out of here. George Reeves, Superman, liked him a lot. Henry Winkler, I can't stand. But so far, I'd say like about 90% of the people on the poll I like. Right? Adam Sandler makes me want to puke. Arnold I can't stand. Barbara Eden I love. Gary Coleman can't stand. I'm not into short people. Carol O'Connor, love. I already did those. Robert De Niro I like a lot, although too much sameness again, you know? Too many of those Guido roles. Henry Winkler, nauseating. Burt Ward, I can't even describe to you. Max Baer. I don't know who Max Baer is because I don't watch that show.
Jethro.
But I didn't watch the show, so you could name me the character all day long. It would be like naming to me the characters on Dukes of Hazzard. John Schneider's the only one I know, and that's only because he looked so damn good. The other, and even then, I didn't watch the show. It was the most awful. That could be the worst show ever. Dukes of Hazzard.
Still, you know who the characters were.
Peter Sellers, I love. Fred Gwynn, I liked a lot. James Arness, and Irene Ryan, I don't know who that is. Who is she?
Granny.
Oh, if I don't watch that show either.
From the Beverly Hillbillies.
I know. I never watched any of them Yahoo shows. You did, but you don't want to admit that's a Yahoo show.
It's a funny show. They ripped everything and everyone.
Here we go. Here's the spy report. Oh, first for the poll, Melissa Joan Hart. She was Sabriana for the teenage witch till she was like 25.
Right.
You got it?
Right.
Melissa Joan Hart. Jay and Davey says, I had a radio accident this morning. I flipped over to listen to Joe Rose, and to my surprise, it was a fill-in, Beefo Defo. It was the normal, unlistenable crap. That's what Miguel told me this morning, a little spy report. He said it was incoherent and unlistenable is what he said. Unlistenable. QAM needs to get the Mad Dog taken care of since 790 is ready to hire anybody and everybody. Oh, that's right. They're on the prowl, baby. They're on the move. They're on the move and on the improve, or at least they think they are. All they got so far is Joe Rose, and they keep moving all these other weenies around like Minervini and all these other people, but it means nothing. I'm going to say it again. There's only a very, very tiny number of people in the sports business in South Florida on the radio who mean anything. Hank Goldberg, Jim Mandich, Joe Rose. I'm out of material. That's it. Did I leave anybody out?
You're asking me.
No, but that's it. I leave anybody out, Josh?
I guess not.
No. See, you don't have to be so wishy-washy about it just because we exposed your gambling problem. Telly Savalas, that's a really good one. Who Loves You, Baby? Although before Kojak, he was in like some good movies. He was a well-known actor. But once he was in Kojak, man, that was it. He was Kojak. He was always sucking on a lollipop. Oh, yeah, Fran Drescher, the nanny. Can you imagine anything else? No. And Dennis Franz, who's always a cop. Yeah, that's a very good one. He's a good actor, but he's always the same, says Damien. Thank you, Damien. Oh, here's another great one. Somebody I can't stand personally who makes me want to, like, crap all over the place. Oh, here's two more good ones. Sly Stallone. Huh?
Mm-hmm.
Yo, Adrian. What a moron, man.
No, I don't think he can help it.
What do you mean by that?
Being that.
No, I'm not talking about whether he can help it. I'm talking about the public that responds to him.
Right.
Like, you know, it's the same. He's like the George Bush of the movies. Him and Arnold. Although Arnold, of course, is, I don't even want to say it. The governor. Sly Stallone. And David Hasselhoff. He's always going to be that same jerk who, running around on the beach trying to be a sex pot, hanging around with all them hot young bodies, That's David Hasselhoff. With or without that car. And you tell me the car was...
Gay.
See, I never knew that because the show was horrible.
Right. Nevertheless.
You actually watched that show?
No.
Well, what does it mean that the car was...
Gay.
What does that mean?
The actor who did the voice for the car is a flamer.
Oh, I see. I thought you meant the car kept trying to rear-end other cars. I didn't understand what you meant.
Too. That went on all the time.
No. 12 minutes after 11 at 560 WQAM. What was your New Year's resolution? Maybe lose some of that flab, that fat, the disgusting, grotesque crap you got all around your middle? Maybe you're sitting at your desk right now or in your car and you feel like unbuckling your belt because your poopic is hanging out so much, or maybe undoing the top button on your skirt, or maybe you've already done that. Balance for Life will deliver to you 5 meals per day, right to your door, at your home or work, wherever you're hanging out, every day, all based on the popular Zone diet. 5 feedings a day and still lose weight. What's not to like? And the best part about it is the food is sensational. Balance for Life is the only meal delivery company to offer you menu choices. Just go to their website, balanceforlife.com, and check it out for yourself. Indulge yourself with delicious goodies like blueberry pancakes, guilt-free cheesecake, yellowfin tuna burger, grilled filet with parsley potatoes, and they even have a chicken and veggie pizza. And all you snowbirds in South Florida right now for the wintertime should check this out, too, because they can tailor the meals to your specific needs. You don't think you're overweight? You think you're on a borderline? Well, find out for yourself. Take the simple BMI test right now at balanceforlife.com. Go to the bottom of the page, click on Body Mass Index. If your score is over 25, you are chubby. You need some help from Balance for Life. What are you waiting for? Pull off the road right now, put down a pen, and pick up that phone and call Balance for Life, because the sooner you call them, the sooner you're going to get started and start losing that disgusting, unhealthy weight. 1-866-225-4543. That's 1-866-225-4543, or on the web, it's balanceforlife.com.
You're listening to Neil Rogers on 560 QAM.
What was your first break?
I went to work and knocked on doors and got a job at a small radio station in Miami Beach, Florida. I did everything. I did the board. I did jock. I did sports. I did news. I did everything. Cleaned up. I did everything.
This weekend on Access Hollywood.
George, the inauguration.
I did almost anything to get elected.
Yeah, I know. I'm talking about the parties.
I had a little too much to drink that night.
Yeah, I know that too, but you're not the only one.
Explosive action.
First daughter, Barbara Bush, smashed her head on the dance floor when a friend she was dancing with dipped her too low. That friend? Captain Morgan.
Now, your daughter Barb.
Drinking all the time.
Besides Captain Morgan, what else was she drinking?
Jack Daniels.
And...
Absolutely.
Wow. So, what kind of guidance have you given her?
Party with the animals. That's this weekend on Access Hollywood.
11:16 at 560 WQM. It's a fine, upstanding American family, man. Make no mistake about that. Poor Terry Schiavo, I guess, says they're going to pull a plug. We'll get to that story.
Okay.
Let's see. Here's some more. They're going to have a million names on this pool. Clint Eastwood, Dirty Harry. Now, he was very good in Play Misty for Me, which had nothing to do with Dirty Harry. That was, I think, preceded all the Dirty Harry flicks, I believe.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Bob in Fort Lauderdale says Clint Eastwood. I think that's correct.
Sure.
Wouldn't you?
Well, he's done a lot of stuff, but nevertheless, Dirty Harry.
But nevertheless, Don Adams, right, and Kelsey Grammer.
Right.
Two good choices. Mm-hmm. Got him?
Got him.
And Vern Troyer, Mini-Me. And as long as we're doing the Austin Powers, how about Mike Myers?
Oh, I don't know. He's done a million things. But, yeah, that got big.
Get out of here. He's done a million things.
Did things before that. Saturday Night Live, the Coffee Talk, all those characters.
Let me say it again. Mike Myers.
All right.
Right now, this moment, he is Austin Powers. If he wanted to be anything else right now, see, all of those other things preceded those movies, didn't they?
Pretty much. That's a good point.
Yeah. Mike Myers, get him on. He's a good Canadian boy, eh? 567-0560. Pound 560 on the Verizon and Singular wireless lines. When's that hockey starting, Neil? Is it going to start anytime soon?
No.
Nobody cares. Even here they don't care. Like, get lost already. We just want the power back on and clean some of that damn snow off the road, please. WQAM, hello.
the most beautiful person ever to grace TV, Elizabeth Montgomery.
That sounded like your friend there, didn't it?
Sounded like somebody.
Sounded like Paul Harvey Jr. I hope not. But at any rate, that's a good choice.
Right.
Elizabeth Montgomery. She was bewitched. We love Elizabeth Montgomery on this show. Just don't mess with her on this show.
That's right.
Because then you'll be messing with us. As a matter of fact.
They're dead. The whole darn cast is dead.
Not that we didn't enjoy her in a lot of other movies, too, Elizabeth Montgomery. She was a tremendous actress. But she's typecast. She was, what's her name in Bewitched? What was her name? Samantha. See, beat you to it. And her twin sister was... Serena. Well, you see this. And Sabrina? Oh, that was a different show.
Right.
567-0560, pound 560 on the Verizon Singular Wireless line. Let's take a puke at that thing. I think John Wayne's going to go zooming to the top. Who is or was the most typecast actor or actress ever? Bela Lugosi's got 42. He may have a pretty good lead right now. Pretty safe. Charles Bronson, 24. Leonard Nimoy, 20. Boris Karloff, 19. Arnold Schwarzenegger's got 13. John Wayne, 12. See, the Duke is just, he's starting to climb the ladder. William Shatner, 10. Edward G. Robinson, 9. Gangsta. Adam West, 8. Bob Denver, 7. Michael Richards, 5. Joe Pesci's got 4. Eric Estrada, 4. Peter Falk, 3. Adam Sandler, 2. Robert De Niro, 2. David Cassidy's got a pair. I'll bet. Melissa Joan Hart's got 1. Barbara Eden, 1. Henry Winkler, 1. Peter Sellers, 1. Fred Gwynn, 1. None yet. Well, Liz Montgomery just went on her. None yet for Mike Myers, Vern Troyer. We didn't put Burt Ward on there, did we?
Thought we did.
Oh, there he is. He don't have any votes yet. How could he not have any votes? Can you name me anything else you ever saw Burt Ward play besides Robin on Batman? No. Huh? No. Name me one other thing that you ever saw him in.
I think Adam West is stealing all his votes.
Yeah.
Well, because they got to vote for one of them.
Is that because he filled out the tights better? Is that what it was? That was the rumor.
They were tighter.
56705. No, they were not. They actually grew to hate each other like poison is what they said on Biography. That's a good channel, by the way. Do you have the Biography channel?
Yes.
Excellent. WQAM, hello. Hola.
Hi.
Hi.
I got 2 for your poll.
Okay.
Raymond Burr.
Raymond Burr.
Lon Chaney.
And Lon Chaney.
You're doing a heck of a job.
Is that Lon Chaney Sr. or Jr.?
The Wolfman.
Junior.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Bye.
Lon Chaney Jr., who was the Wolfman and who was always in those, horror movies, right?
Right. Lon Chaney Sr., on the other hand, was the opposite of typecast.
He was in all kinds of things, right. Although he was the Hunchback of Notre Dame.
Among other things, yes.
I wonder if Larry King would have gone to school there. Would he have been the Hunchback at Notre Dame?
He's the Hunchback wherever he goes.
Yeah. We got Lon Chaney Jr., and who else did she say?
Raymond Burr.
Raymond Burr. Oh,
gay.
Oh, Mo's going to go on and go out. I didn't know he was gay. Yeah, you don't know anybody is gay, okay, Mo? Do you like the whole world is like strictly in the locker room slapping each other on the ass just for kicks, you know, just for Jim Kick. WQAM, hello.
Hey Neil, how you doing?
Pretty good.
I've got 2 rock solid choices for you.
Rock solid.
Absolutely. And the first one is going to do excellent. Linda Blair.
Linda Blair is very good.
Mm-hmm.
The second one is probably not going to do as well, but just as qualified. Mark Hamill, Luke Skywalker.
Oh, sure.
You're right.
Sure. I think that'll do even better. Thanks a lot, Callie. See ya.
Jimmy, why you do this to me?
I don't know.
Well, that wasn't her, but we don't have anything about Linda Blair. But that was the movie. Linda Blair is spitting up the pea soup. And Linda Blair has turned out to, we've had her on the beaded curtain once or twice.
Right.
To a real knockout.
Oh, yeah, a knocker out.
She's a real knocker out, and she's got knockers, and she's a fine young lady. But nevertheless, I don't know if she's like doing anything anymore. Is she like still acting or whatever?
Since Rick James died, no.
Oh.
She's not doing anything.
567-0560 and pound 560 on the Verizon Singular Wireless line. What a thought.
I know.
WQAM, hello.
Hey, you'd like to speak, Neil?
Speaking.
Hey, Neil, you were talking about Eric Estrada earlier. He's now doing voiceovers for C-Lab 2021.
Oh, perfect, yeah.
Adult cartoon. Listen, I got one for the poll.
Right up his alley, so to speak. Yes.
Yeah, really. How about Lassie?
Lassie was definitely typecast. That's cute.
Right.
Oh, Oh, God. I mean, can you imagine Lassie? And, of course, there was more than one Lassie.
No, I saw him try to play a cat in one movie.
Now, let's see. Lassie was supposed to be a male, but it come to find out that most of the dogs that played Lassie were like female. But they never gave us a peek. Was it the opposite?
Lassie is... the word means...
Lassie was a lady. She was a Lassie.
But most of the dogs were males.
I see. Now, did you check on this or what?
I did a lot of research.
WQAM, hello.
Yeah, QAM?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, I don't really have a lot of time to wait for Neil.
But, no, you're talking to him right now. He's on. You're on. You're it.
Oh, wow. How about that?
Instant service,
Damn.
man.
Can I say that on the air?
Go right ahead. Say it on the air.
Oh, yeah. Here's one for your poll. I think it would fit perfectly. How about Robin Williams?
Robin, you know something? That's one of the best ones we've had all day. I was thinking that yesterday when I was thinking about doing this poll. Excellent choice, pal. Thanks.
All right.
See ya. That is. Don't you agree? In fact, see, with Robin Williams, no matter what character he's playing, it's still he's playing Robin Williams.
That guy.
Whether it's the Dr. Patch with a big red nose, whether it's the shrink in Good Will Hunting, every movie, it's Robin Williams playing Robin Williams, pretending to be somebody else, but still playing Robin Williams. He is just, he's not an actor. See, he was a funny guy when he did stand-up about 20 years ago, but after that he decided he was an actor, or somebody decided that, and he's not.
He did a couple, what was that 1 hour photo? I don't know if you saw that, where he plays a very, very serious, creepy, straight character. But that's about it. That's very rare that he would do that. Right.
Now, the other ones are all the same. Like I just told you a couple of nights ago, I was watching a little bit of that Good Will Hunting again and realizing just how tragic it was. That was a bad movie. In fact, what made it even worse was the fact that Matt and Ben were in there again. I think they were doing something.
Robin?
That's why The Bourne Identity is good, because Ben isn't in either one of them. Ben Affleck.
Yeah, that helps.
So we've got to be very careful how we say that right now. Ben Affleck.
Enunciate.
Alex in Miami says, a few for the pool. Oh, a few. Well, there you go. That's all right. We don't care. We're not choosy anymore, okay? We just want the money from these grave-robbing bastards. We don't care. We'll just take the money, and Josh needs it badly so we can go and carry out his compulsive gambling habit. Now, do you go over to the Seminoles, to the Indians, or what?
No, that's you, man. You're into the slots.
I heard you're into the slots, too, is what I heard.
All day.
I wasn't talking about gambling.
Me either.
Alex in Miami says, a few for the pool. Steven Seagal.
Okay.
Van Diesel.
Vin.
You are so predictable, man.
Who's Van Diesel?
Oh,
Diesel
God. Just forget about it. Call up your buddy there, Marvin, see what he has to say about it. He'll give you mofo your money. Bruce Lee. Well, yeah, how could Bruce Lee not be typecast? But that's true, right? Mm-hmm. That'll give him 2 polls in 2 days. And Jean-Claude Van Damme. Yeah. All 4 of those are good. Vin Diesel, Steven Seagal, Bruce Lee, Jean-Claude Van Damme. Here's another one. Mark in Pinecrest says, your taste in TV shows is in your ass. Knight Rider was a fantastic way to spend an hour. It's iconic of 80s television. Even Terry Schiavo agrees. Oh, yeah, she does today, but when they pull that tube momentarily, she's going to be saying, like that. As a matter of fact, in honor of Terry Schiavo, yeah. I think actually I did watch Knight Rider. I'm not really sure. I'm trying to wipe it out of my mind. I'm not positive. I have seen it, back in the day when it was on, but I didn't watch it like regular because he was in it. I never liked David Hasselhoff. He always got on my nerves. Woody Allen, that is sensational. I mean, he's like Robin Williams again. He's always playing Woody Allen.
A little nebbish, right?
He's always the same. He's always a nebbish is the word, Woody Allen. Right. You don't have to act because that's him. 27 after 11, we're going to have like 1,000 people on this poll today. That's good. Keep Josh busy there. Keep him off the crap tables. 27 after 11 at 560 WQN. When you shop for quality footwear, there's no crap at Brandy's, baby. They got only the top names in the shoe business. They've got people working there who've been there a long time who want to make sure you get a perfect fit every time. And number 3, they got the best prices always. So how can you beat it? The top quality names in men's and women's shoes are waiting for you at Brandy's, like Rockports, Florsheim, SAS, Sperry, Timberland Naturalizer, and all the others that you know and love. And with Brandy's humongous selection, you can just about bet Maddie Bell's life on it that whatever style appeals to you, it's in your size, on the shelf, ready to slap on your feet right now. Brandy's is open every day, Monday through Saturday, 9 till 9, and on Sundays, 10 to 5. And Brandy's is still in that same great location. They've been doing it right for years and years now. You'll find Brandy's at 1290 North Federal Highway in Pompano Beach. And right now is a super time to buy just about everybody's favorites New Balance shoes this week at Brandy's. Save up to $20 a pair on New Balance this week. So be sure to come into the store this week, or you can shop online at brandyshoes.com.
You're listening to Neil Rogers exclusively on 560.
You might on Sci-Fi, a new reality show that tops all other reality shows that may think they're reality shows but pale into insignificance when it comes to budget-conscious reality shows.
Dude, did you see that? It's dust.
By day, they plunge toilets, but at night, they tape a video journal of what they plunge for called Straight Plumbers or the Queer Ghost on a deserted island with someone else's family.
I think I heard something.
What?
Why aren't you monitoring the equipment?
Got here late, man.
You see, I give him chance after chance.
No, but he's good with the computer, dude.
Wait. There it is again.
I didn't hear it.
Run the EVP back.
Okay.
Why don't you go plunge your toilets and leave me alone?
You know, that sounds like Paul Lynde.
Plumbers, no less. Get lost and go play with your ball cock.
Dude, it is Paul Lynde. Talk to us, Paul. We can help you. Talk to us, Paul.
Oh, shut up. Don't bother me. Can't you idiots see I'm dead? Sissies.
Don't miss Straight Plumbers for the Queer Ghost on a deserted island with someone else's family tonight on Sci-Fi.
28 till noon at QM. Damien says, did you know the USA Channel is redoing Kojak with Ving Rhames in the title role? Who's that?
He's a black guy. Big one.
A black Kojak?
Okay.
Oh, no. When Will Smith did the Wild Wild West, a lot of pigmentally challenged people, white folks, went nuts. I can imagine what will happen with this, says Damien. White folks went nuts when Will Smith did the Wild Wild West. I just do go nuts when he does anything that I have to see, so I immediately change the channel or whatever, or don't go see the movie. Jimmy Walker, JJ, typecast. You can say that again. Never saw him no more, did we?
No. Just
see, there's something to be happy about. Let's have a party and celebrate.
Oh!
Now, Tom Cruise, I don't agree with. Even though I don't like Tom Cruise lately. I used to like him a lot. I don't know why.
Right.
Maybe I thought he'd look good, but he didn't. But he's played every kind of thing from like in Rain Man and,
Nice guy, retarded guy,
Action
Soldier
Heroes,
Boy,
Magnolia, where he plays the TV guy. He's been all over the place.
Different thing every
kinds of
time,
things.
right.
Yeah, I don't agree with that, even though he is.
Gay.
5670560, pound 560 on a Verizon and Singular Wireless line. Who is or was the most typecast actor/actress of all time? I'm not getting to my stuff here now because it's going over so big. It's going over bigger than freaking Mary Tyler Moore and the $6 Million Man. Oscar nominations announced. The nominations for the 77th Annual Academy Awards were announced today, this morning from Beverly Hills, California. Nominees for Best Picture are The Aviator.
Oh, my God.
Finding Neverland, $1 Million Baby, Ray, and Sideways. The nominees for Best Actor are Don Cheadle for Hotel Rwanda, Johnny Depp, Finding Neverland, Clint Eastwood, $1 Million Baby, Jamie Foxx for Ray, and Leo DiCaprio for The Aviator. Nominees for Best Actress are Annette Bening for Being Julia, Catalina Sandino Moreno. How's Rita Moreno doing?
She's fine.
For Maria Full of Grace, Imelda Staunton, Vera Drake, Hilary Swank, $1 Million Baby, she's going to get it, and Kate Winslet, Eternal Sunshine of the Spotless Mind. You notice how we got Leo and Kate Winslet back on here again together? You see that? It's a titanic injustice is what it is.
Good for her and bad for him.
Yeah. The nominees for Best Supporting Actor are Alan Alda, The Aviator, Thomas Hayden Church, Sideways, I have no idea who that is,
Sure.
Jamie Foxx, Collateral, Morgan Freeman, $1 Million Baby, I love Morgan Freeman, and Clive Owen, Closer. What did we decide that the woman called in that day and told us? Whatever it is. Nominees for the Best Supporting Actress are Kate Blanchett, The Aviator, Laura Linney, Kinsey, Virginia Madsen, Sideways, Sophia Okonedo, Hotel Rwanda, and Natalie Portman, Closer. And nominees, I don't know what it is.
Closure.
Nominees for Best what is it?
Closure.
Yeah, we need closure. So close your mouth. Nominees for Best Director are Clint Eastwood, $1 Million Baby, Martin Scorsese, The Aviator, Taylor Hackford for Ray, Alexander Payne for Sideways, and Mike Lee for Vera Drake. The 77th Annual Academy Awards will be February 27th on ABC. Narrated by John Madden. Did you know that John Madden was the original choice for that spot? Did you hear about that, Josh?
I did.
That is amazing. See, there wouldn't have been any flap about that, and I use the word flap literally. This is so silly. ABC's first choice for the... Now, see, if they would have used him, there'd have been no controversy. Would have been no problem. Their first choice for the infamous Monday Night Football dropped towel episode wasn't Terrell Owens, it was announcer John Madden. For reasons that are unclear, Madden couldn't find the time to perform for the skit. Owens, the Philadelphia Eagles receiver, filled in for him in the steamy sketch that drew viewer protest and a network apology, ABC Entertainment President Steve McPherson said Sunday. Oh, I said Terrell Owens, excuse me. T.O. In the spoof that preceded the November 15 football game, Desperate Housewives actress Nicolette Sheridan persuaded Owens to skip the game by dropping the towel wrapped around her and jumping into his arms. ABC initially thought it would be funny to have the less attractive Madden as the subject of Sheridan's ardor, McPherson said. The towel dropping was another last-minute addition to the script that plainly backfired, said Mark Cherry, executive producer of Desperate Housewives, who helped write it. Cherry said it was all a mistake, but he and McPherson both said they were surprised at the reaction. I feel really bad about it, Cherry said. I didn't want to upset people. I didn't realize that Monday Night Football was such a family viewing experience. I wouldn't let my 5-year-old watch beer commercials with big-busted cheerleaders, but that's just me. Sheridan, appearing before Television Writers Sunday, said the purpose was simply to amuse people. Did that amuse you, she said? Did it amuse you? Taking a pop culture incident like that and having it take precedence over the underlying problems of the world was absurd, Sheridan said. You go, Nicolette. Always liked her all the way back to Knots Landing, right?
Yeah.
What's not to like? See, she's got her thumb right on it. She knows. All this big simus being made about nothing. Oh, gee, she dropped the towel and it was disgusting. Everything's disgusting. That's the problem with America. Puritanical, goody two-shoes, crazy people who want to turn the clock back 100 freaking years. 30 years wasn't enough.
About 30, man.
These right-wing, born-again God Squad maniacs, lunatics, crazy people. Oh, my God, we didn't see anything. What did we see? Did we see a little ass, maybe?
It was implied.
Oh, it was implied there was something naked there. Well, maybe she doesn't have any breasts. How do you like that? Maybe she had them chopped off.
That a white woman
maybe
was
had them
touching
electric, bit them off. Who the hell knows? Who the hell are you people kidding, America? Grow up already. Get a freaking life.
I have no life.
And stop with the baloney. Every time there's like a little nipple, a little, oh, my God, the world's going to come to an end. Yeah, the end of the world as we knew it. That happened when they stole that first election in 2000. That was the end of the world as we knew it. That was it, finito. Just ask all them dead soldiers and Iraqis. But don't forget, we got those elections coming up Sunday. Oh! Freedom's on the march. And then we're going to have, like, Freedom on the March in 8,000 other countries, too. Big Mike in St. Pete says, how can you forget Hugh Grant? Oh, I'm trying to. He makes me gag. But that's a good choice. He's always Hugh Grant. Mm-hmm. Same silly-ass Brit in every movie. He makes me puke. I'm with you, Big Mike. Let's all puke together for Hugh Grant. Yeah, a good little wet one there. Let's slosh it all over the place, all over the flow. There's another one. Boy, this is amazing. Ed in Fort Lauderdale says, didn't we do Henry Winkler? We did that.
We did.
Now, he says John Travolta. That came to my mind, but I don't think so, because he's been in too many other things like...
Right. He's bad in too many other things, but...
Right. I mean,
he always does something different, right?
It says there will always be the Fonz and Vinnie Barbarino. I agree with Henry Winkler, but John Travolta has been too many different things. Including that one movie I saw on TV where I actually liked him. What the hell was that?
I don't know.
Where he was the father of that little kid and they were trying to knock the house down.
Look Who's Talking.
Yeah, that was pretty good. He was actually acting good in that.
Yeah.
I couldn't believe it. In fact, I kept trying to say that's not John Travolta.
Shocking.
Please. Yeah, he was pretty good. So he's been in too many other things. Plus his show was on, so was Happy Days, but I don't know. So long ago, and nobody even remembers that anymore.
But Henry Winkler
John Travolta, you don't think about it,
anything else of note.
Henry Winkler. I think he might have done Richie Cunningham. 21 till noon at 5:60. That's another thing with you, Neil. You think everybody's
gay.
No, there are no gay people. It's just a myth, okay? It's just something that the right-wingers have made up just, so they have a scapegoat. Because religion without a scapegoat ain't worth a damn. Madeline O'Hare used to say religion without a hell ain't worth a damn. I say religion without a good scapegoat ain't worth a crap, is what it ain't. Gotta have some scapegoats, okay? I mean, the thing with Anita Bryant and Alvin Dark and all this other crap started way back 75 for crying. You know how many years ago that is?
About 30, man.
30 years, and they're still crapping in their pants with the same garbage, okay? Because they can't find another suitable scapegoat. Used to be the dark folks, but that's not politically correct anymore. So now the only ones you can bash are the faggots and the non-believers, the heathens, the infidels. Well, that sounds like what those crazy Muslims are doing. 20 till noon at 5:60 WQAM. Now get ready, Josh. You haven't been on the Emerald Coast for quite a while. Josh is going to make a reappearance on our spot. The Emerald Coast wants everyone to know that you can still enjoy Lobster Fest every Friday through Sunday night. During Lobster Fest, the Emerald Coast will be serving succulent, juicy Maine lobster thermidor and homemade lobster bisque. Every night, the Emerald Coast serves Alaskan stone crab legs, fresh oysters on a half shell, stone crab claws, and cocktail. If seafood is not for you, the Emerald Coast has the juiciest prime rib around and will cook a New York strip steak right to order on their flaming grill. On their flaming grill. Make sure to leave room for dessert at the new and amazing 40-inch chocolate fondue fountain where you can hand-dip your own strawberries, marshmallows, and other decadent treats Friday through Sunday nights. Oh, God. Don't you just love dipping strawberries and marshmallows in chocolate?
Yeah, I do, actually.
The Emerald Coast is Florida's #1 Asian seafood gourmet buffet. Is rated by Zagat Restaurant Review with 3 locations for you in Sunrise, Sunny Isles Beach, and Pembroke Pines. For reservations, call 954-572-3822. 954-572-3822. Head for the Emerald Coast this weekend and dip it in chocolate.
You're listening to Neil Rogers exclusively. QAM.
And 5 for news. On Cullendon Lane, Jacksonville, Florida, Chuck Buick finally gave up. Chuck enjoys marijuana, so he decided to accept Paul Harvey's suggestion. He gave up. He went to the phone. He called me. He ordered a bong. Bong, that's a pipe used to smoke marijuana. I want you to hear this carefully because you're thinking about a Valentine's Day present for somebody you love very much. Quote, my marijuana bong arrived Saturday, and after I opened the box, I was in shock. My eyes were locked open wide. My whole house was now a concert hall. I went to the washroom, and even from there, it sounded like a real live lady singing right outside the door. Quote, with heat eating your ears, you're gouging out and tearing loose and pulling apart, gulping air and tasting black. Your windpipe is closing, and you've lost track of which way is out. There's a searing ember down your neck. Search, rescue, ventilate. Somebody's singed a kitten. Quote, I'm listening to all of my old CDs again because I have never really heard them before. Now, for that Valentine's Day gift, it's not too early for you to choose a bong. If you're anything but happy with it, I'll buy it back. To locate your nearest dealer, telephone 1-800-BONG.
11:45 at 560 WQAM. That little Grossie's got 51. Looks like he might have a safe lead. The Duke is creeping up there, but not the way I thought he would. You know, I thought he'd go zooming up there, didn't you?
I thought so.
Oh,
better than that.
Supreme Court refuses to take governor's appeal in Shibo case. Oh, what are we going to do now, fat-ass governor?
Pull the plug.
In a crucial blow to efforts by Governor Jeb Bush, our fat-ass Florida governor, the Florida legislature and others to keep Terry Shibo alive, the U.S. Supreme Court yesterday refused to take up the governor's appeal in the case, leaving the door open to the removal of the feeding tube that has kept the severely brain-damaged St. Peter's woman alive for more than a decade. But the legal battle is not over, nor will the feeding tube likely be removed soon. Shibo's parents, Robert and Mary Schindler, still have action pending in a court in Clearwater and an appeals court in Lakeland. The Schindlers say their daughter would want to continue living. They've asked to have her husband, Michael Shibo, removed as her guardian. They want to be given charge of Terry. They vow to continue to fight to keep her alive. Michael Shibo has fought in court to have the tube removed, saying his wife, who has been diagnosed as being in a permanent vegetative state by doctors, will not want to be kept alive in her condition. Next stop is a hearing Friday in a Clearwater courtroom and a request by Michael Shibo's attorney to set aside a court order blocking removal of the feeding tube. The case has drawn international attention and is a centerpiece in the debate over the right to die, or as others see it, the right to live. When Florida courts ruled in Michael Shibo's favor and the tube was removed, the Florida legislature quickly passed Terry's Law in October 2003, allowing fat-ass Bush to order Shibo's feeding tube reinserted nearly a week after it was taken out. Shibo, now 41, became brain damaged after collapsing and suffering temporary heart failure in 1990. The judge's order to allow the tube to be removed grew out of years of legal wrangling, pitting her husband against the parents. The Florida Supreme Court ruled yesterday that Terry's Law was an unwarranted breach of the separation of powers doctrine and that the governor and legislature had no right to set aside judicial decisions. The justices also ruled that the law was an intrusion on Terry Shibo's constitutional right to privacy. In other words, let her die in peace already and cut the crap. The governor appealed to the U.S. Supreme Court. That's your fat-ass Governor Jeb Bush. The matter is now at an end for the governor. Ken Connor, a private attorney representing the governor in the case, said yesterday after the Supreme Court turned down hearing the case. The matter is now at an end for the governor. When you get that tube out of there already and cut the crap, in fact, give it to Rush. He can use it now as his backup, his applicator tube. You always got to have a backup.
Rectum.
Rush. Boy, did we kick his ass in that book or what?
Yeah.
Nice going, boys. Thank you. 5670560, pound 560 on a Verizon and Singular Wireless line. Who is or was the most typecast actor or actress ever? WQAM, hello.
Good morning, Neil.
Yes, sir.
Does Jack Klugman and Todd Bridges qualify for your poll?
Jack Klugman and who?
Todd Bridges, from A Different Stroke.
Whoever that is. Okay, thanks. Jack Klugman. Yeah, odd couple,
okay.
Right?
All right.
Who's Todd Bridges?
Willis, as in what you talking about, Willis.
Oh, I don't
the other guy with Derek Coleman.
Not Willis from All in the Family.
No.
Wasn't that his name?
Mr. Willis.
Oh, Mr. Willis, with a black wife.
Right.
They were great.
Boyd away Glenn Miller played.
Okay, that's enough. Well, I want to hear her.
Boyd away Glenn Miller played.
So on Sunday, the hit parade.
See, that's part of the whole sexist thing with America is that as great as he was, and there's no question, he was like the centerpiece of that show, she was like maybe only a half a degree behind Edith, right?
Right.
And yet, you know, when you talk about All in the Family, everybody talks Archie Bunker. Nobody even really gives her much credit, but she was so great.
She was important.
Not just important, but her acting performance was so sensational. She was fabulous, man.
She delivered most of the comedy lines, too.
Right. Edith.
Yes, she did. On the show, anyway.
I like Mother Jefferson, too, a lot.
She was great.
Ted says, this guy is so typecast, he doesn't even know his real name, and neither do I. But how about Al Bundy for your expanding pool? Yeah, what is his name?
Ed O'Neill.
Ed O'Neill. Perfect. By the way, I'm still ill from yesterday when he mentioned that Katie, that talentless bitch Couric, makes... No, by the way, you're going to get even sicker, Ted. He says 14 million a year. No, it's 16 million a year she's making. Or over 38 grand a day, 7 days a week. I'll be in my cube if you need me. Plus, she ain't working 7 days a week. She's working 5 days like some of the rest of us, so she's making probably about 50 G's a week. A day. Whatever it is. Disgusting. Oh, Bobby and Vernon, they're sitting in a tree, K-I-S-S-I-N-G. How do you spell that? With an F?
F.
You see this? For your pull, you need the guy from Ernest Goes to Camp. Ernest Goes to Jail. The Vernon guy. We already did Mark Hamill, Luke Skywalker, which I'm sure Bobby and Vernon both have the hots for Luke. But who's the Vernon guy? I know who they're talking about.
Jim Varney.
Is that his name?
Yeah, and he's dead.
Oh, but he was typecast.
That's it. That was his franchise.
Good. Kevin says, winning typecast trifecta. Macaulay Culkin. Now, what was he typecast as? Michael Jackson's boyfriend?
I guess, as a little kid.
As a little punk.
The Home Alone
that's
kid?
True. Yeah. I got another one. If we're going to put people like that on there, what about Robbie Benson?
He's done a million things.
He has? Oh, that's right. He played Jew boy, because he is Jewish. In fact, his grandpa was the first rabbi in Texas. We're supposed to know that for some reason. They keep bringing it up. Robbie Benson's grandfather was the first rabbi in the state of Texas. Okay, good. Okay, so we won't put him on there, but Macaulay Culkin fits. Jackie Chan.
In your pocket.
Jackie Chan.
Okay.
And Leslie Nielsen.
From the airplane movies, maybe?
Yeah, he does all those, he's always, I love Leslie Nielsen. He's one of the greatest, one of the funniest, and a good Canadian boy, eh? But I would agree with that. He's always the goofball. Yeah, he's done a whole bunch of those. He's good. Leslie Nielsen is terrific. 5670560. How many names can we get on there? It's not even noon yet. I bet you we can get like several thousand.
About 30, man.
30,000 names on there. Wouldn't that be great? So every time you go to vote, you're going to have to scroll down, scroll. It'll keep you off the streets, keep you out of trouble. And don't forget, while you're scrolling, Carmen Electra. We got 3 fine photos of Carmen Electra. I don't think anybody out there, unless they're really
gay,
and even those of us who are.
Oh, God.
No.
Gay.
Yeah.
That's
I would agree. Carmen Electra. 3 photos today. Now, who we got tomorrow?
You tell me.
Well, I got the list here somewhere. We're going 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. There's the Johnny Carson thing. He was tomorrow. We got Anna Cornajolia.
Okay.
And Angelina Jolie on Thursday. And Carmela de Cesare to Caesar again on Friday. You can't touch Carmela, even though most of you want to. Desperately. Badly. WQAM, hello.
Hey, Neil, how about Grandpa Monster?
Grandpa Monster. Al Lewis.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I didn't know his name.
Good one. Okay, thanks. Al Lewis from the Howard Stern Show. the Munsters. Yeah, Al Lewis, Grandpa. He's great. He's also
gay.
WQAM, hello. QAM.
Yeah, the guy from Karate Kid, Ralph something.
Ralph Macchio.
Yeah.
As in Quienes Mas Macchio. Okay, thanks. Ralph Macchio, that's all he was. Punky little kid. He got married when he was about 13 years old. He's got 10 kids.
Actually, he's got 30, but he just looked like he was 13.
About 30, man.
He's got a bad complexion. Yeah, he was. And what was the guy's name who played the instructor, the karate instructor, who was
Pat Morita?
Yeah, Pat Morita. Wouldn't you want to put him on there? Isn't he like typecast? He's a karate instructor, and he's been in like several movies. Always plays the same goofball. Pat Morita.
Right. Okay.
He said, "Don't call me Rita." Oh, you'll love this. Well, we don't like this a lot. The Supreme Court ruled yesterday that police can have dogs check out motorist vehicles for drugs, even if officers have no special reason to suspect illegal activity, just on a whim, you know? Pull over to the side of the road. My pit bull here wants to sniff your ass. The 6-2 opinion written by Justice John Paul Stevens stipulates police dogs may sniff only the outside of a car after a motorist is lawfully stopped for a traffic violation, such as speeding or failing to stop at a stop sign. But privacy rights advocates said the ruling would lead to far more traffic stops as a way to find drugs. They also warned that the decision could open up the door to more expansive searches, from sniffs inside the vehicle to, oh, God, who the hell farted in here? See, that's what I think. If you see them come up with one of those police dogs, if they stop here for running a stop sign or something, then just tilt a little bit and just let out I can't make those sounds anymore. But
that happens automatically.
Right. Exactly. That probably would inspire one anyway. So instead of holding it in to be polite, just let it loose. The dog will take like that and run like hell and start making howling sounds and just run off the leash and start heading down the road. From sniffs inside the vehicle to checks of cars parked along sidewalks and pedestrians on the street. Oh, yeah, you're walking down the street. Hey, we got our pit bull right here. We'd like to have him sniff your
rectum,
privates or something, because you look like a druggie to me. Before Monday's ruling, the Supreme Court had authorized drug dogs primarily to sniff luggage at airports. Now they're going to be sniffing all over the place. The use of dogs is intimidating, said Harvey Grossman, an attorney with the ACLU in Chicago. Thousands of motorists have called complaining about suddenly finding their cars surrounded by policemen and drug dogs. Now no one is safe from this major intrusion into our lives. And maybe you got like some takeout in the car, huh? Maybe you got some cannolis there from Doris Market, some chocolate cannolis, and the dog's like, and then all of a sudden he like attacks the thing and starts eating your damn dessert. Right? Maybe you got takeout from Wendy's in there. The dog is sniffing and like paws open the bag, like he's having like a triple cheese with bacon and onions. And you may be laughing, but I'll tell you, that little dog of mine, one time there was a plate with a pizza sliced into 4 slices on a table in my living room, and that damn dog picked up one slice and ran down the hallway with a slice in his mouth. And he wasn't delivering either. Can you picture that?
I got it in my mind.
Yeah. Illinois Attorney General Lisa Madigan, who argued the case, called the ruling a victory for law enforcement in the war on drugs. The use of canine units to help fight this battle is indispensable, she said. I'll tell you what it is. Acceptable.
And unconstitutional.
The case involves... Well, this is the Supreme Court.
Oh, sorry.
It's constitutional now, mister. The case involves Roy Hallums, who was stopped by Illinois police in 1998 for driving 6 miles an hour over the speed limit. What a joke. 6 miles an hour over the speed limit. Although he lawfully produced his driver's license, troopers brought over a drug dog after noticing air freshener in the car and noticing that Hallums appeared nervous. The dogs indicated drugs were in the trunk, and police searched it even though he refused to give permission. They found $250,000 worth of marijuana, and Hallums was convicted of drug trafficking. The verdict was thrown out by the Illinois Supreme Court, which ruled the search was improper because police had no particular reason to suspect Hallums had drugs. Air freshener. If everybody's got air fresheners, got drugs in the car, man, there's a lot of drugs out there. Where the hell are they? In his opinion, Stevens reversed the state court ruling, saying the intrusion into Hallums' privacy was too minimal to invoke constitutional protection. A dog sniff during a concededly lawful traffic stop that reveals no information other than the location of a substance that no individual has got any right to possess does not violate the Fourth Amendment, Stevens wrote. In a dissent, Justice Ruth Bader Ginsburg, full sister to Arnie Ginsburg, bemoaned what she called the broadening of police search power, saying the use of drug dogs will make routine traffic stops longer and more adversarial. She was joined in her dissent by Justice David Souter. The court has long held that traffic stops should be brief since police use them often as a pretext to question motorists about other suspected illegal activity. Critics argue that authorities now will have wide power to check a car without consent, even if a police dog proved to be wrong about the presence of drugs. It might have just been a smelly old rotten Big Mac. Under today's decision, every traffic stop could become an occasion to call in the dogs to the distress and embarrassment of the law-abiding population, Ginsburg wrote, citing the danger that police could soon conduct suspicionless, dog-accompanied drug sweeps of parked cars or cars stopped at red lights. Just sit right there at the light. We got the dog squad is going to come and sniff your thing. How do you like that? That's on America, baby.
If I had a hammer, I'd hammer in the morning. Hank Goldberg, weekdays 7 to 10. On one station. Sports Radio 560 WQAM, Miami, Fort Lauderdale.
This is Dick Cheney. I like to relax by having Mary Magdalene massage my balls while listening to the Neil Rogers 12 to 1 hour.
All right.
Absolutely.
I got a funny feeling they won't be doing jack if we take out all those maniacs. So I'm singing Al Qaeda, Al Qaeda. I'm so damn tired of Al Qaeda. Blow 'em up, boom, drop a bomb now. Blow 'em up, boom, drop a bomb now. Blow Al Qaeda away. Al Qaeda, Al Qaeda. Ready, aim, fire, and Al Qaeda. Blow 'em up.
bomb now. Blow 'em up. Boom, drop a bomb now. Blow up Al-Qaeda today. Al-Qaeda. Al-Qaeda.
12:03 at 560 WQM. We got Curtis Stevenson for the Mad Dog at 2 today. Mad Dog not wanting to overdo it. Mo Howard David, who's already overdoing it, 4 to 7. And we got Geldy 7 to 10. Eddie K at 10 o'clock. That's our schedule. No ball games, no falderall, just a messed up slate is what it is. Here's some good news. Well, I mean, not really good news, but at least a respite from the insanity. A majority of U.S. communications regulators have voted to deny viewer complaints that ABC television stations violated indecency rules when they aired the movie Saving Private Ryan last November, Saving Ryan's Privates last November, an FCC official said yesterday. 3 of the 5 commissioners on the U.S. Federal Communications Commission, the FCC, have voted to deny complaints against 159 ABC affiliates that aired the award-winning film, said the official, who asked not to be named because the vote was not completed. The movie, which includes profanity and violence, told a story about the Allied invasion of Normandy during WW2 and ran on Veterans Day. 66 ABC affiliates refused to show the movie for fear of attracting an indecency fine. Fear, that's what it's all about. The fear factor. Now they will fear you. Warnings were aired throughout the broadcast about the content. The ABC network owned by Walt Disney Company ran the movie twice before and didn't incur any FCC penalties. But that was back in the day before freedom of speech was a thing of the past. And even back then it wasn't so great. The FCC decision would become final once the remaining 2 commissioners cast their votes. Separately, the FCC also yesterday rejected 36 complaints that TV stations violated decency limits by airing episodes of popular shows like Friends and The Simpsons, as well as the movie Austin Powers, The Spy Who Shagged Me. The Parents Television Council, there they are again. Got it?
I got him.
The Parents Television Council had complained about the show's sexual references, like an episode of Friends on NBC where characters discussed a cake in the shape of a penis. Another complaint centered on Fox's The Simpsons show, where students carried signs that said, "Don't cut off my pianissimo." Oh, my God. Grow up already. Get a life. Get a life, you Parents Television Council. Crazy people. Yeah. The group also said indecency rules were violated when the main character in the Austin Powers movie had his genitals hidden by furniture and other objects. Well, okay, so next time they'll show it, they won't hide his genitals behind furniture or other objects. How's that?
Right.
But the FCC denied the complaints by the Parents Television Council, which has been pushing regulators to crack down on broadcasters and lawmakers to raise fines, now $32,500 per incident, $32,500. We find that none of the material referenced in PTC's complaints rises to the level of being patently offensive under our indecency definition, the FCC said in its order. The agency also said the material was not profane. Gosh darn it. A representative for the organization said the FCC was only going after extreme cases. The FCC is only deeming everything indecent that's way over the top, said Laura Mahaney, a spokeswoman for the PTC. We know of no community in America where words like D-blank-blank-K or D-blank-blank-K-H-E-A-D will be considered decent or common fair language. Unless, of course, they're talking about the vice president's first name or about his behavior. Those vulgarities were aired on the programs Dawson's Creek on the Warner Brothers, the WB television network owned by Time and Warner Inc., and NYPD Blue on ABC. Federal regulations limit TV and radio stations from airing indecent material such as yada, yada, yada. Okay. It's just a small group of self-appointed censors, or in some cases, one individual in the community, not to mention any specific names of unmentionable people, who have decided that they're going to be a pain in the ass and just constantly keep complaining and filing complaints and objecting. And they're supposed to determine for 300 million people what we can see, what we can hear, what we find offensive, yada, yada, and a partridge in a pear tree. And there's a special place in hell where these people will all rot. Make no mistake about that. Oh, this is kind of a cute thing, a suggestion for a new poll. People who are still alive but look dead.
Right.
And look at who they suggest. I mean, talk about disrespectful.
I've been doing this a long time.
Larry King. Yeah, maybe he can join Johnny pretty soon. He's been waxing very well. Had a lot of panels. He had Ed McMahon. Didn't see Ed McMahon last night. That's why I'm in a pretty good mood.
Yeah.
Hello. I was just about on the verge of sneezing there.
Oh, hey.
Oh man.
I'll play a
song. Isn't that awful when you get in that...
I hate that. In the in-between spot?
Yeah, but I didn't sneeze.
I'll play
that would have been gross to sneeze on here. Okay, here's what we got on the poll so far. This is at the halfway point of the show, because I don't want people calling in with the same ones we got on here. And then they'll say, well, you never read the poll with the list. You're right, that's a good point. You see, you're damned if you do and you're damned if you don't. If you read the poll, the list, and the vote too often, oh, you keep reading the poll, it's boring. And if you don't do it, well, how are we supposed to know who's on it when you don't tell us what it is, you know? Right?
Right.
So here you go. Who is or was the most typecast actor or actress ever? Bela Lugosi, 56. Charles Bronson, 33. Leonard Nimoy, 26. Boris Karloff, 25. John Wayne, 22. Adam West, 15. Arnold Schwarzenegger and Edward G. Robinson, 14 apiece. Bill Shatner's got 13. Bob Denver, 11. Joe Pesci, 10. Michael Richards, 9. Eric Estrada, 6. Sly Stallone, Adam Sandler, Gary Coleman, Henry Winkler, Bob De Niro, 4 apiece. Hugh Grant, Steven Seagal, Mark Hamill, Linda Blair, Vern Troyer, Peter Falk, 3 apiece. Ed O'Neill, Bruce Lee, Clint Eastwood, David Hasselhoff, Fran Drescher, Barbara Eden, George Reeves, Superman, Burt Ward, Max Baer, David Cassidy, Peter Sellers, with a pair. 1 for Woody Allen, Raymond Burr, Elizabeth Montgomery, Don Adams, Dennis Franz, Melissa Joan Hart, Fred Gwynn, James Arness, and none, 0, for Pat Morita, Ralph Macchio, Al Lewis, Leslie Nielsen, Jackie Chan, Macaulay Culkin is still sulkin, Jim Varney, Jack Klugman, Todd Bridges, J.J. Walker, Jean-Claude Van Damme, Van Diesel, Robert Williams, Lon Chaney Jr., Mike Myers, Carol O'Connor, Irene Ryan. Carol O'Connor doesn't have any. How do you like that? Huh? Well, now, what do you make of that?
Boy, the way Glenn Miller played.
These people must have seen it in the heat of the night, because it was on certainly after the All in the Family.
Sure.
Okay, well, whatever you like, okay? If you don't agree, that's fine. We just think some of you are full of crap. 5670560, pound 560 on the Verizon and Singular Wireless lines. WQAM, hello.
Hi.
Yes, sir.
How are you? I'm Detective John Temple.
WQAM, hello. We don't talk to people in the broom closet, okay? Talking through a Campbell soup can. QAM, hello.
Hello?
Yes, sir.
Neil, hey, I got 2 poll ideas for you.
You got a pair of poll ideas? Okay, great. Maybe we can do tomorrow's poll right here now. Let me write it down.
Okay, the first one your listeners won't like because they can't call in with their silly comments.
Oh, that's
should
not
religion be outlawed, yes or no?
Okay.
Worldwide. And the second one is what entertainer, singer, actor, whoever, has done more for human rights? Like Marlon Brando with the Indians, and they'll like that because they can call in and say names.
Has done the most for human rights?
Yeah, civil rights, human rights, entertainer.
Well, I mean, how long is that list going to be?
I don't know. I can only come up with a couple, guys.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm sure there's a ton, but...
There are?
Yeah. Get it started.
Okay, well, we'll think about it. We'll put our thinking cap on. Thanks a lot, Pally.
Later.
See ya. Pretty weak. I beg your pardon?
Yeah, he needs to get us started besides that Marlon Brando business.
Yeah, I mean, with the Indian. I mean, just because he went up there and he refused the Oscar when he started hawking about the Indians, Maybe he's talking about the Cleveland Indians for all. He had that Indian chick. Actually, he didn't go up there, right?
Right, it was his daughter, I guess, who shot herself later.
It was?
I thought it was his daughter, the Indian daughter.
Oh, he has an Indian daughter? I didn't know that.
Well, he did, and she shot her.
I thought he wanted to send Defoe up there.
Indian killer.
But when he found out about that, he said, not a good idea. Defoe was on for Joe Rose this morning, and the verdict around town is, holy crap, what was that? Well, that's always a pretty good idea. They're going to put the guy on 7 to 10 at night. So the first 2 days, I guess that's the way to introduce him to more people, the fact that Joe's the only one that got with an audience over there on 790. So they put him on in the morning for 2 days, and then he's going to be on 7 to 10 at night. See, I'm a strong believer. Put the people in their time slot where they belong every day. For example, today we got Curtis Stevenson in Mad Dog's spot, which isn't even the spot we want him in. Then we got Mo Howard David in Mad Dog's desired spot, 4 to 7, which we don't want him in any spot, from what I'm hearing. And then we got Geldy at 7 to 10, which, Well, that's going to be won't that be a great contest? It's the battle of the former worst team people. It'll be Geldy, at least some of the time, in that 7 to 10 slot at night, against Defoe.
I absolutely want to puke.
I don't blame you. With stiff competition like that.
You're listening to Neil Rogers exclusively on 560 QAM.
This is Joe Bowen, the voice of the Toronto Maple Leafs, and you're listening to the Hockey Authority, Neil God.
Welcome back to the Al Franken Show. I am, of course, the one and only Al Franken. We're broadcasting live from the site of what used to be Toots Shores Restaurant on West 52nd Street. Former watering hole for many famous celebrities, such as Gerald Moore and Carl Valentine. We welcome you to stop by and say hello to one of my intern staff members. Not me, of course.
Hey, officer, you see what that guy did? Yeah, so go hit him. Hit him!
I love this town. So I should tell you, about my latest weekly book that I had my staff of 20 worshiping interns write for me.
Give me a water.
Oh, here you go. My glasses fell off. For a minute there, I was about to say it wasn't fair. As you heard, I just got mugged. The joke's on him, though. That was my decoy wallet. Okay, where was I? Oh, yes. I urge you to buy my new book called Gee, Ain't I Smart? Which is much shorter than the working title that was. If you see me on the plane, you better acknowledge me so I can ignore you. Oh, yeah, it was a little too long. Now,
the wallet.
Here, you got it.
Thanks. I listen to you every day.
Okay, have fun. We have a carte blanche. We have a very, very strong break here. We'll be back with more riveting radio.
12:17 at 560. Some pretty stiff competition there from Al Franken and Scare America with a 1 point. Oh, yeah. And that, keep in mind, 2/3 of that was before the election, October, November, or at least during that period of time. So you can only imagine what number Scare America is going to throw in here like starting now. An American taken hostage last year is shown pleading for his life in a newly released videotape, but the video offers no clues as to when Roy Hallums' captors made the video or whether he's still alive. In the video, a rifle barrel is just inches from Hallums' head as he says he worked with the American forces and was arrested by a resistance group in Iraq. Hallums and 5 others were taken hostage in an attack in Baghdad's Al-Mansur neighborhood November 1. A security guard and one of about 20 attackers died in a gun battle. The kidnappers later released 4 captives but kept Hallums and Filipino accountant Robert Tarangoy. All 6 worked for a Saudi-based company. The U.S. State Department confirmed in December that Hallums, a 56-year-old father of 2, was taken. Hallums, visibly nervous, makes no demands in the 60-second video, but asks for help so I can be released as quickly as possible from this definite death. I'm not asking for any help from President Bush because I know of his selfishness and unconcern for those who've been pushed into this hellhole, he says. I'm asking for help from Arab rulers, especially President Muammar Gaddafi, because he is known for helping those who are suffering, he said. He also said,
I'm dying over here.
How do you like that?
I don't.
As the things are really going along just spiffy.
Oh, we're fine.
Over there in Iraq. And it's really interesting because they showed like about a minute of Ted Kennedy's speech. They're continuing this 9 hours, this anti-Condoleezza stuff. And I keep thinking to myself, all of this is true. All of this was still true back before the November election, But somehow you didn't get all of this across too well.
Why?
Especially your waffling candidate. Yeah, the other senator from Massachusetts. How do you say that?
Carefully.
5670560, pound 560 on the Verizon Singular Wireless line. WQAM, hello. WQAM, hello. Hola. Going once.
Hello?
Yes.
I got one for your poll.
Okay, go ahead.
Mr. T?
Mr. T, can't get more typecast than that.
Don't make me mad.
WQAM, hello.
Hi, Fort Myers checking in.
Okay, let's go to Fort Myers is checking in right now. I feel so bad for you. How you doing?
Doing all right. Listen to you through the static.
All right.
I'd like to add Don Knotts to your list.
Excellent choice.
I don't think anybody is more quiescent as far as that list would go.
Okay, thanks a lot, Pally, and good luck to you over there. You'll need it.
Okay, thanks. Bye.
Yeah. That's Fort Myers, where we used to be on the Beasley station over there, and then they dropped all of us because they decided they could put on some brokered programming, a couple of preachers, and a couple of stock market peddling phony balonies on there. So we're not on over there anymore. Haven't been for a long time, for 2-3 years anyway.
And see how happy they are.
And they're very pleased about that because then they can't hear us ripping them an ass and ripping Joyce the ass that she deserves so badly, and the Beasleys for being a bunch of nose-picking mugwumps who belong up in a tree with a kid with that banjo in Deliverance. Can't hear that, because that would get them really upset. And, of course, if we signed those documents that Hank was talking about this morning, we could be fired for that stuff, because we don't want to cause any, if you could have heard the wording, I wish the hell I would have had the copy of what they were proposing. Oh, you wouldn't have believed it.
That'll learn you. Save stuff.
You wouldn't have believed. Well, I never seen it. I mean, Norma read it.
I know. Maybe he saved it.
Oh, brother. About how we had to contribute to our behavior had to be conducive toward a harmonious workplace, and
that's not fair.
Oh, my God.
What if you can't sing?
Obviously, most of those people over there never were inside our building.
Yeah.
Okay? Harmonious workplace, my ass.
I can't even sing.
God. And how the hell do I do that when I'm not even there most of the time, thank God. Thank goodness. Thank...
Neil, God!
Oh, brother, I wouldn't survive it. If I had to be there, I never would survive it. That's the only thing that's keeping me alive, is not being there with certain crazy people. WQAM, hello.
Hey, how you doing?
Hi,
Neil,
pretty good. Yeah.
listen, I got a great one for the poll.
Yes.
Roddy McDowell from Planet of the Apes.
No.
No?
No. He was in a zillion other movies.
Right,
He was in all
before,
those,
during, and after.
Yeah, but I mean,
vampire movies.
everyone
And
knows him, though, no? I mean,
no,
from
not
Planet of
true.
the Apes.
Sorry, bad choice. Not even close. Oh, Roddy McDowell was also.
Gay.
Oh,
right.
Are there any straight people in Hollywood anymore, or what?
No.
Jeez, there's only the
gay
and the suspected. Other than that, forget about it. Well, there was always Marlon Brando. Oh, I'm sorry. 5670560 pound 560 on the Verizon and Singular wireless lines. WQAM, hello.
Hey, Neil.
Yes, sir.
Hey, not calling about the poll. I had a question on Carmella, so
Yeah.
don't cut me off before I get to that. But you know the Lenny and Dee's show. What's that show called? The one that you kind of make fun of the way he talks.
Lenny Martez.
Yeah, Lenny Martez.
Right.
At QAM is basically always on. So when I got
rent a car or a truck in Miami. Call budget at 305-871-3053.
That guy, yeah.
I think he sounds just like George Jefferson. That's exactly what he sounds like to me, anyway.
A little bit, yeah.
I thought it was a little interesting when, was it the Beast, I guess, whoever it is, he's like, me and Lenny goes, that's Lenny and I.
Yeah.
kind of interesting.
He's a real linguist. That.
Yeah, that's what I thought. But
a scholar.
This Carmella, she is absolutely gorgeous. But Neil, I've never heard you react over a woman like this particular woman. What is it about her that, like, compared to Carmen Electra?
No, I mean, you're wrong about that. The Carmen Electra photos, did I rave about those when we had them on?
You did.
But I mean, she's to me, she's about as close to perfection as you can get.
Yeah, I agree, and I think of I like Carmen Electra too, but I think of Dennis Rodman drilling the pilot hole, and that's just. Am I allowed to say that?
Mm-hmm. No.
Oh, okay. Bye.
Yeah, he brings up a good point.
But I dumped it anyway.
I think you're a closet hetero.
Yeah, right.
You're straight.
I got the queer eye for the hot chicks. What can I tell you? Look. People who don't have any hang-ups about their own sexuality, they can be objective, okay? So this business, like 95% of guys, straight guys, I don't know a good-looking guy. I couldn't tell you. You're full of crap. That's like saying if I put 2 plates on your dinner table and I put a beautiful ribeye steak on one and I put about a pound of dog crap on the other one. Oh, well, I can't tell which one looks better. It's just a matter of being able to see. It's just a matter of having,
Aesthetics.
Yeah, it's a matter of do your senses work, okay? Now, that doesn't mean everybody's going to have the same taste, but there are some people who are beyond, there's no question. Like Tom Brady, when he shaves all that schmutz off, which he's doing at football stuff, which is okay. When he shaves off all the stubble and everything, could anybody debate that he's a good-looking guy? Josh?
Huh?
See what I mean? Right there. That's exactly my point.
I've never seen him.
Get out of here. He's right on the wall behind you. There's a picture of Tom Brady with all his flashing 84 teeth. He's got as many teeth as a piano's got keys.
Is this the one with the shirt open over here?
No. It's a newspaper thing. The Mad Dog gave that to me a long time ago.
If it's the one on the wall, he's wearing a helmet.
No. Behind you. He's got like a suit on.
He's not on the wall back there.
Well, he's not on the wall back there. Well, he damn well better be on the wall back there, or I'm going to be down there like by 7 o'clock tomorrow morning.
There it is, that black and white picture.
Right, that's him.
Yep, handsome man is that.
Is there any doubt that he's a great-looking guy? Now, Josh Cordes can't tell because he doesn't know the answer to that question because he's obviously, sexually confused. How could you not answer the question, okay, Mr. Paranoia?
I'm confused.
No, answer the question.
What do you want me to say?
Is that a handsome man?
Is he a good-looking guy?
Okay, yeah. Why not?
Jesus, what? You see what I mean? You made my point. It's just unbelievable. Like, let's have a conference on this and see what the reaction from the public's going to be, all depending on what you say.
He's a very handsome young man. Who can't see that?
See, even a Mad Dog knows that.
Hey, that's a good-looking guy.
Yeah, that's right. Even Geldy knows that with his hot wife. Right.
He is a stud.
There you go. Got to argue. If we got to argue about Tom Brady, how about somebody who's marginal, who is like on a borderline, right? How about Johnny Depp? Is he a good-looking guy?
Yes.
Josh?
Yeah, sure.
Okay, are there any good-looking guys?
I don't know, man. I'm not really...
Get out of here, you don't know. See, I couldn't ask for better, man. This made exactly the point that I was making. Okay, we believe you. You don't know, okay? Well, I'll send you some pictures, okay? Oh, my God. What a lunatic. What a maniac. See, today we found out two things about Josh Cordes. Number one, he's a compulsive gambler. He stowed away on a cruise ship so he can get on and plunge his guts out at the casino. No. We found that out from Hank. And number two, he's like maybe a closet case or something.
Oh, yeah.
Well, I mean, how is it possible that anybody could be in such, not just denial, but like stubborn, hysterical denial? Like if you admitted that you could recognize, I mean, can you recognize an ugly guy, you know?
Well, what do you mean? Like I'm supposed to walk down the street and be like, that's a really good-looking guy?
No, but you can't. You're not supposed to be thinking that, but you can't tell. Like this guy's talking about my reaction to the pictures of Carmela de Caesar. Okay, and there's no doubt that she's an absolute hot number. She's beautiful. She's pristine, man. She's gorgeous.
Well, you asked me about Tom Brady. The guy's got millions. He's won some Super Bowls.
I'm not talking about how much money he has or can he play football. I'm asking you, what does he look like? What does he look like, okay? Does he look like Mortimer Snerd? Does he look like Robert Grieper? Does he look like Matty Bell? Okay, let me ask you this. Okay, here you go. I'll give you an easy one. Who's better looking, Miguel back in promotions or Matty Bell? Okay, think about it during the break, okay? I'm not asking you who you want to hop on their bones. I'm just saying, who is better looking? Think about it. I'll give you some time. Jesus, this is the best day of my life. I rest my case. All you sexually insecure heteros out there. Oh, I don't know. Am I supposed to? Right. Supposed to like fall on the floor and crap in your pants because he's a good-looking guy. It's threatening, isn't it? It's threatening. 28 past. We'll get the answer from Josh on the other side of the break. Maybe. He's thinking about it.
Know these things. That's free.
Oops, sorry.
Armstrong Ford Vice President and General Mangler David Ritz called us a couple of weeks ago to tell us that he's overstocked with Mustangs. He said that Armstrong Ford will, when in doubt, blow out these new 2005 six-cylinder Mustangs for as little as $17,900. That's a savings of over $3,500. Plus, they got a couple of 2004 models left, and get this, they'll let them go for just $12,499. Original MSRP on these was $18,660. Figure it out. It means you save over $5,600 on these fantastic Mustangs. Great deals, plus Armstrong Ford will include, as they always do, tires and batteries for life with each vehicle purchase. Can't beat it with a shtick. Great prices, added value, and friendly service. That's the Armstrong difference. When you're ready for a new vehicle, come to the dealer that treats you just like family. Armstrong Ford Homestead. You'll find them at Southwest 307th Street and US 1. Exit at Campbell Drive right off the Turnpike. Prices include all factory rebates and discounts with approved credit plus tax, tag, and fees.
You're listening to Neil Rogers exclusively on 560 QAM.
This is an extreme makeover.
He looks like Cary Grant.
Queer Eye makes over.
This is phenomenal.
Stephen Hawkins.
Hello, I am Stephen.
It's Queer Eye for the genius guy.
This look is frightening. Helps me look handsome.
He is officially a nervous wreck.
He's got a lot of things that are right and a lot of things that are wrong, and all the wrong things block the right thing.
Let's do it. Oh my God. See how much more handsome you look already? All right, let's have a little coming out party. Come on out and show us what you got. Do a little thing for us, would you? Oh, look at you. All right, fantastic.
I feel stupid.
He looks like a movie star.
I don't like this pink dress.
Queer Eye for the genius guy.
He looks amazing. Let's get a high five.
You broke my arm. You pulled out my breaking tooth.
He is freaking out.
Trump 32, 28 to 1 on Heterophobic Radio. So what's the answer? Have you come up with a conclusion now? Who's better looking guy?
He ran over there and stood Miguel and Matty Bell right next to each other.
Yeah, and?
He's still there.
He's still thinking about it. He's still examining it. You're not supposed to examine that closely, by the way. I'm talking about like from the neck up is what I had in mind.
Sorry.
Yeah, me too. 567-0560, pound 560 on the Verizon and Singular Wireless lines. WQAM, hello.
Zazu Pitts.
Zazu Pitts, yeah, okay. How about Elijah Pitts? How about Hermione Gingold and Hans Conried? Must be Boca Brian's boyfriend. 567-0560, pound 560 on the Verizon and Singular Wireless line. Who is or was the most typecast actor or actress ever? I'm not going to do either one of those. In fact, let's see. See, what I'm trying to do now is stay a day ahead on these polls.
Right.
See that one about who would be famous now if they would have managed to stay alive? That's like what we did the other day.
Right.
About how people became more famous after they did. It's kind of like a spin-off on the same crap. Although, look at this. Oh, yeah, that's right. We did that one. Historical event, can you believe? Somewhere I had a whole list of polls. You have no idea. This is the most challenging thing. There's the Last of the Hot Kings with Jared Leto. I wrote that down only because I couldn't think of the name of that movie where he was running around naked. By the way, Jared Leto is a pretty good-looking guy, Josh, just in case you're compiling a list. Because you obviously can't figure it out for yourself. Jared Leto. You know who that is?
Yeah.
Okay. Let's see. Oh, here, I got some good ones. Here we go. Thanks, Scott. Thanks, Scott in Hollywood. Thank God for him. Let's see. 4 years times 5 is 20. We got, what, like 4,000 more polls to do?
Oh, no.
WQAM, hello.
Hey, Neil.
Yes, sir.
Hey, ask Josh who he'd least like to have his girlfriend or wife or whatever he has around. Like, which guy would he rather have her like around Brad Pitt or Boris Karloff? You know?
Right. Yeah.
Because it's very naive.
Yeah, see, that's right. He needs some pointers like this because obviously he's having a very difficult time coming to grips with this.
Exactly. I got one for the list too.
Yes, sir.
Listen to me now, but believe me later. You must put Arnold on the list.
I think Arnold is on the list, isn't he, Josh?
Yeah, he is.
Arnold's on the list. Thank you so much. Okay. 5, 6, 7. I don't think no matter how we phrase it or
no, I got it. If you're in a horrible accident,
yeah,
and the reconstruction surgeon was going to show you a gallery of faces to turn yours into, who would you choose?
You're asking me?
Well, yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, I'd say put it right back together the way it was.
There's a happy young man.
Okay. WQAM, hello.
Neil, can I play for you?
WQAM, hello.
Neil.
Yes, sir.
How about Pee Wee Herman?
Yeah, he's typecast.
Yep.
Thank you. Pee Wee Herman, got it?
We got it. Should we put his real name on there? That's his character.
No.
Okay.
WQAM, hello.
Hey, Neil.
Yes, sir.
I got a couple for the poll.
Okay.
The first one's Molly Ringwald.
Is typecast?
Yeah, she's always plays the same person in every movie.
Okay.
And along the lines of Adam Sandler, you got Ben Stiller, which plays the same retard, too.
Oh, yeah, I can't. Ben Stiller, he leaves me limp. I can't handle him.
He's the same guy every time.
Yeah, right, playing Ben Stiller. Thanks a lot, Pally. Playing a Jewish kid. It's like Jerry Stiller's son. That's what he plays.
It does a good job of that.
I don't like. You like him?
No.
Oh. 567-0560, pound 560 on the Verizon Singular Wireless line. I know we did that before, but that's a good poll, too. Let me just mark it down. About what? About what actor, actress, how do we phrase it? In other words, if you know that somebody is in a movie, who would prevent you from going to see it?
Oh, yeah.
We haven't done that.
Actors, yeah.
Right. How do we say that?
Keep you from a movie. Keep you from seeing a movie.
What actor or actress? Yeah, okay. I'm just making a little note, because if I don't write these down, you know me with my advanced age. Although I do remember Floyd Venable Jr. WQAM, hello.
Who told you can eat my cookies?
And Franklin Sears also, and Felix Forbes. WQAM, hello.
Neil.
And Jim McGarty. Yes, sir.
Hey, Pally, what's up?
And Charles Goins and Ray Jim Taylor. Yes, sir.
Got one for your poll today.
Okay.
Vern Troyer, Mini-Me.
Already on there, Pally, but a good one. Thank you. And don't forget Ray Stein. WQAM, hello.
Hi, Neil.
Yes, sir.
I got a name for your poll.
Okay.
John Holmes.
He always calls John Holmes.
Yeah, he's obsessed with John Holmes. No, John Holmes was fine for the poll yesterday, for our poll, so to speak, but not for today. We're talking actors and actresses, not porn. I mean, if somebody's a porn star, obviously they're typecast, okay? They'll be like saying Ron Jeremy, and all I can say about that in the middle of lunch hours, oh, why? Hey, Ron, believe me, you were just as hairy and fat and disgusting in person as you are on film. You are disgusting. Jesus. And he actually took insult. He took umbrage with that day, remember?
Mm-hmm.
He was insulted. That would be like somebody calling Jeff High fat and him like walking off in the corner and pouting. Oh, geez,
what do you mean, Polly?
Yeah. WQAM, hello.
Hey, Neil, how are you?
Pretty good.
I've got the unbeatable winner for the poll.
Okay.
The King, Elvis Presley.
The most typecast? Oh, yeah, those movies, man, that we were talking about yesterday. Good one. Thank you.
See ya.
The King. Got it? Elvis.
Got it.
Elvis the Presley, who's not, this audience just don't like Elvis.
Good.
They like Johnny Carson. Hey. Here's Johnny. I just can't get over the fact that I was doing that on Friday. It's just not a good idea. I just have that power. Like,
I kind of like it.
What was the Firestarter? Was that the movie? With the little girl at, who's the girl that played
Drew Barrymore?
Drew Barrymore, yeah. She was a little girl back then.
Mm-hmm. Still
she was the Firestarter, and of course, if you pissed her off, why, look out. Same thing in The Omen.
Yeah.
And in The Omen Part 2, right?
What about it?
No, it was the same thing. You don't want to piss that little kid off
Damien.
because it would make evil things happen.
They'd make that music start, and then you're in trouble.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, not that music.
Oh, well, that's the one I'm using. 21 till 1 at 560 WQM. That thing with Josh, man, that was so perfect. You couldn't have staged it better, but I know it was for real. See, and answering your question with that business about his own face, that's a perfect way to evade the question, see? To evade the obvious. He's got an incredible, unbelievable complex about such things. It's almost scary. I mean, why is it I have no problem telling you that Carmela de Caesar is beautiful and flawless? Doesn't mean I want to hop on her bones. I have no interest.
It's not stigmatizing to be a heterosexual, in case you don't know.
Oh, I see. That all depends. Now, if you were here, you might think differently.
No.
20 till 1 at 560 WQM. Hey, if you earned less than $50,000 last year, then poor Josh Cordes. No wonder his mind is so messed up. He don't have like 3 nickels to rub together. Probably lost it all at the casino anyway. If the answer is yes, if you made just pittance last year, then it's time for a career change. If you made pennies, also sounds like pittance. Pick up the phone and call Fast Train toll free at 1-866-FAST-TRAIN, and these folks can really give you the training you need to get you a new high-paying career, and they can have you all set to go in just as little as 4 months. Fast Train offers high-demand, high-pay career training. If you like computers, ever thought of becoming a computer network professional, call Fast Train today, toll-free at 1-866-FAST-TRAIN. The demand for computer professionals is an all-time high, and Fast Train, like I said, can have you trained and ready to do it in no time at all. They got locations in Kendall, Miami, Pembroke Pines, and Fort Lauderdale. Fast Train offers job placement, financial aid for those who qualify as well. Day, evening, and weekend classes are forming right now, so pick up that phone, get out of your dead-end job, and start working in a career that will provide you with a real paycheck and a real life. Call Fast Train toll-free, 1-866-FAST-TRAIN.
Listening to Neil Rogers exclusively on 560 QAM.
Wouldn't you really rather have a Hummer?
Yes.
Log Rabbit, Republican Hummer. For narrow minds that can't get any dumber. It's the happy symbol of prestige.
Yes, wouldn't you really rather have a Hummer? We can get away with naming a vehicle like that because we're a giant mega-billion-dollar corporation with defense contracts that stretch from here to the moon, and nobody will dare tell us what to do. So get out there and buy one of these top-heavy toilets.
Wouldn't you really rather have a Hummer? A neocon Hummer, not a gummer. Nothing more impressive than a Hummer. For Republicans, not be queer.
It's 12:44, 16 till 1 at 560 WQM. We got Curtis Stevenson for the Mad Dog at 2. Moa Howard Davided, despite popular demand, at 4. And then we got Geldy at 7 tonight, followed by the Ed Kaplan Show. Geldy at 7. It'll be like dying and going to heaven. WQAM, hello.
Hello, Neil.
Yes?
I got one for the poll.
Okay.
Mark Hammond.
Mark Hamill?
Hammond. He always plays a homo in the movies.
Yeah, Mark Hammond. Is he like Hamid Karzai?
Yes.
Okay, get a life, schmuck. WQAM, hello.
Hello, Neil.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, I got a good one for you.
Okay.
Stuart Margolin, Angel from Rockford Files.
Stuart Margolis. Margolin?
Yeah.
Margolis?
Angel.
Okay.
On Rockford Files.
Thanks. Do you know who that is?
No.
Stuart Margolin. I have no idea. But I hear he's a pretty good-looking guy, so better put him on there. See what we got. It says another good choice is Rodney Dangerfield, a really funny guy, but always played his stand-up character in every movie he was in. Rodney Dangerfield, who don't get no respect. Kind of like us here at QAM, those of us on the air, who don't get any respect, except on payday. Fill out your brochure yet, your questionnaire?
I haven't gotten one.
Oh, well, you probably find one hanging around the hall somewhere. So maybe somebody will pass one along. Ari Berman in The Nation writes, after its highly touted unveiling, President Bush's faith-based initiative has proceeded largely under the radar, but a lack of attention hasn't shielded the program's constitutional questionability or its brutal effectiveness. In 2003, according to the White House data reported by the LA Times, Bush doled out $1 billion to hundreds of faith-based groups through a little-noted executive order. More importantly, the Bush administration used the grants to sway influential African Americans in key battleground states and reward longtime political supporters at taxpayer expense. For example, after the Reverend Herb Lust II delivered the invocation at the 2000 Republican Convention, his Philadelphia church received $1 million in federal funds. Bishop Harold Ray, who offered the invocation at a rally for Dick Cheney in Palm Beach, got $1.7 million for his South Florida ministry. In 2002, Bush personally visited Milwaukee's Bishop Sedgwick Daniels, who voted for Clinton and Gore, and later awarded him a $1.5 million grant. This fall, Daniels' face appeared on Republican Party flyers in Wisconsin, endorsing Bush as a man who shares our views. The faith-based initiative has likely played a crucial role in increasing Bush's take of the black vote, especially in targeted swing states. Funnily enough, the campaign held grant-writing workshops in St. Louis in September when Missouri was still in play, and in Miami in October. Moreover, it's unclear exactly how much money is going where. The recent White House data includes a caveat that it represents all grants. Even the Reverend Sun Myung Moon's Cultish Unification Church has received funding, and House Republicans allegedly blocked Democrat Chet Edwards from investigating the money flow. When the initiative's first director, John DiUlio, resigned after 6 months on the job, he called the White House policymakers Mayberry Machiavellis who consistently talked and acted as if the height of political sophistication consisted in reducing every issue to its simplest black and white terms for public consumption, then steering legislative initiatives or policy proposals as far right as possible. Bush plans to highlight the initiative in he already did, in the State of the Union address, and reintroduce the expanded legislation before the new Republican Congress. The number one Mayberry Machiavelli keeps confusing holy work with partisan gain. He already did there. Been there, done that. But we don't care about that because we absolutely know where they're coming from.
Neil, God!
They're coming from the Lord, man. They are divinely inspired, these folks. God told them to do it, right? Go out there and spread freedom. It's on the march all over the world. That's correct. 5670560. Pound. I don't think anybody's going to catch Bella. How's John Wayne doing? Is he moving up at all or what? Bella's got 65. Charles Bronson, 34. And the Duke is moving into third place.
Oh!
Third place time with Boris Karloff. Ever see them together? Same guy. Big, tall guy. WQAM, hello.
Good afternoon, Neil. I was wondering if you...
WQAM, hello.
Neil, I got one for you. Chime in here when you get it. It was a foreigner. Have a good day, mate. Paul Hogan.
Paul Hogan?
Paul Hogan.
He was a farter? What did that man just say?
I don't know. He said Paul Hogan.
Yeah, I heard that.
And good day, mate.
Okay, good day, mate. He said he was a farter. WQAM, hello.
Hey, Neil, how about David Kerrigan?
David Kerrigan. Okay. You want to put him on there or what?
Who?
I don't know.
No.
No, we don't want to put him on there. We're talking about people that somebody knows who they are, okay? How about John Kerrigan? He always played one of those, he was either a vampire or one of those. WQAM, hello.
How you doing, Neely?
Pretty good, Pally.
How about Christopher Lloyd and the guy from Star Trek?
Tell your boyfriend, by the way, to put it back. It's going to start getting sore. Put it back where it ought to be hidden. WQAM, hello.
Neil, how's it going?
Pretty good.
Hey, I don't want to add anybody to the poll, but I just want to ask you a question. Doesn't our illustrious governor have anything else to do with any government matters besides worrying about some bitch with a tube in her throat?
No, he's been working away on this for years now, man. This is his main thing in life. He's got to save life. He'd be better off to save his damn drug-addicted sister.
I mean, if he spent this much time on our damn educational
daughter.
system...
Is it his daughter or is it his sister? Daughter.
What about our educational system, Mr. Governor? What about our healthcare system? Okay, this lady's going to die for crying out loud. It's one person.
Okay, well, listen, go vote for him again, okay? Everybody, it's too late now. Nobody could, in their right mind. It's the same thing with runs in the family. It's all together. The dysfunctional Bush family. Bringing family values back to America, baby.
Oh.
Yeah. Drugs, booze, pills. Dishonesty, bank scandals, you name it.
Right, thievery.
American values, the values of the far right. Hypocrisy, the ultimate. There's no bigger hypocrites than the God Squad. The Lord says this. The Lord says, yeah, you're all full of crap, man. You're also rattling around so many skeletons in a closet, it sounds like there's a war going on in there.
Right. Look on the bright side, though. They haven't gotten anybody killed.
Oh, thank God for that. Except maybe a few abortion doctors and maybe 1,500 soldiers.
Oh,
and 100,000 Iraqis. And then, of course, it's going to be Iran and Syria and who knows where, North Korea. Right?
Right.
Not Saudi Arabia, though, because that's our buddies.
Our boys.
WQAM, hello.
Dave Thomas.
Dave Thomas was typecast. Is he an actor? Dave Thomas was an actor? WQAM, hello.
Neil.
Yes, sir.
Yes, I got another one for your poll.
I'll bet.
Leslie Nielsen.
He's already on there, sir. See, they run out. I got a whole bunch of stuff here that I probably ought to do in the last hour as opposed to counting on these folks. They've run out. I mean, we got plenty. You did really well, okay? But just repeating the same people over again. In fact, let's start that. Let's start it all over again. That'll kill that last hour real easy, right? How about Bella Lugosi? Sounds like a good idea. Now going to the chasm. Huh? What about Bella?
I never drink.
WQAM, hello.
Hey, Neil, how you doing?
Pretty good.
Good. I got one for your poll.
Yes, sir?
Corey Haim.
Corey Haim.
Yeah, he's in those stupid...
Oh, I know who Corey Haim is.
Okay, and I just wanted to tell you one thing. I did a Google search, and I typed in big old duty head, and Greg Reed came up.
Excellent job, man. Keep it up.
Thank you.
Excellent. Corey Haim, I know exactly who that is. He was in one movie where he's like banging some chick in a sack. What movie was that?
Chicken sack.
Some guy, you don't know the movie I'm talking about? Some guy's wife. Oh, that's right. You wouldn't watch a movie with Corey Haim.
No, I've seen a few, unfortunately, but that's
not
that's
Corey
every
Feldman.
Movie.
Not Corey Feldman.
They're in all
Corey
of them
Feldman,
together.
I find obnoxious and
they're
disgusting and grotesque.
matched pair.
There's a good question for Josh. Who's better looking, Corey Haim or Corey Feldman? Now, just write those down. We don't want an answer on here because it would be incriminating, and everybody say, that's a faggot. Yeah, stuff like that.
Doesn't know the differences between the Coreys.
You don't know who they are?
I know who Corey Feldman is. I don't know who Corey Haim is.
Yeah. Well, you know something? If you know who Corey Feldman is, then if it was anybody else, it'd probably be them. 5670560. I mean, I dropped something in the bowl this morning that looked better than Corey Feldman. No, it was some lint that I picked up off the floor. You're thinking excretory stuff again. Always. Didn't Joyce get you straightened out on that?
No, we never
If you stop thinking about those, you never what? Chat. Oh, I thought you said something else. WQAM, hello.
I dropped something in the bowl this morning.
QAM.
Neil.
Yes, sir.
How about The Rock?
The Rock is an actor. The Rock. Okay, great. WQAM, hello.
Yes.
QAM. Well, I mean, get serious.
Hey, Neil.
Yes, sir.
How about Norman from Psycho?
Who is it?
Norman from Psycho.
Tony Perkins, okay. Tony Perkins is a good... He always played... Like, he played Jim Pearsall, the baseball player who was like, crazy. He always played somebody like dysfunctional and weird, and and you want to know why? Because he was kind of like dysfunctional and weird and...
gay.
See, there you go again. Tony Perkins. Oh, no. Him and Tab Hunter.
I got a nice fax from Michelle here that I'm not going to forward because all of her suggestions are already on there.
Oh, okay. Thanks, Michelle, but they're already all on there. Okay. Yeah, well, we got like 600 names on there already.
She wanted Bob Denver.
Oh, I'm sorry. I was thinking of John Carradine, who I was thinking of. Remember John Carradine?
Yeah, old.
He always played like a vampire or some... he would be a good one for
the old man. He had the worst arthritis you ever saw in your life. Did you ever see his hands? His fingers were like bent sideways. Because if you see his hands, they're bent like sideways.
Or maybe somebody one time told him to get bent.
Apparently a lot of people.
I've heard it. 5670560, pound. In fact, Matty Bell was directing that in your direction the other day. You didn't hear it. I'm telling you, man, that guy, if you went out under a highway, you were crossing the road, you got hit by a Mack truck, he would have a party the likes of which even the Romans would be embarrassed by. They'd be jealous. Despises you. So next time you see him in the hall, just step on him. You could do it. WQAM, hello.
Yes, Neil Rogers, please.
Yes, sir, speaking.
Yes, how about Boris Karloff?
Boris Karloff sounds like a great choice.
Yeah. A deja vu experience here.
I said let's start with the same names all over again. That's a good idea. Right. I think we got them all on there. I think this exercise today proves what I've always known. Although, after that highlight with Josh there earlier, what more do we need, right?
No, we should just go home now.
Yeah, I think at this point we could just have an hour dead air in honor of that. That was just so magnificent, so perfecto. 1256 at 560 WQM. I'm glad to see we got a couple more spots on along today, boys. The QM sales department. Oh, that's right. Now, some of the things that I've said today do not contribute to a harmonious environment at the radio station. So I probably would have been fired at it if I would have been stupid enough to sign that crap. Nobody's going to sign it, Joyce, okay? Give it up. Give it a rest. Nobody's going to sign it. Even Robert Grieper wouldn't sign it. How do you like that, honey? And Josh Cordes ain't going to sign it. Now, how's his contract doing?
Contract?
Yeah.
Doing well.
Yeah, contract. That's what we're going to take out on Joyce. We're all pitching in to take out a contract on Joyce.
Matching
what a thought, huh? I love it. 1257 at QAM. Hey, the main man, Anthony Caliendo at Acceptance Capital Mortgage, says it's time for New Year's resolutions. Like most Americans, these might be some of the ones that you've made. Paying off your credit cards, lowering your debt, cutting your mortgage payments, pulling out cash, investing in real estate. Maybe these are at the top of your list. South Florida is one of the hottest real estate markets anywhere in the USA, so why keep so much equity in your house or pay those high interest rates? The main man's New Year's resolution is to give back to the community this year, and so they partnered this year with Kids in Distress. With a track record of 25 years of helping over 5,000 abused and neglected children each year, Acceptance Capital is donating a portion of all commissions on every closed loan to this great cause. And if you're in the mortgage business, the main man is always looking for brokers for his 4 convenient locations. So call the main man, Anthony Caliendo. It's a toll-free call, 1-888-483-LOAN. Or you can go right to their website, themainman.com, and fill out your application online. Call him today, Anthony Caliendo, at 1-888-483-LOAN.
You're listening to Neil Rogers exclusively on 560 QAM.
Just the 1 to 2 hour. It's a phenomenon.
Senator Biden.
Mr. Gonzalez.
Hola.
As much as I find your torture memo disturbing, especially the part about applying charcoal fluid to genitals and lighting them on fire, we're only here today to ask you questions about your judgment. Because I know I speak on behalf of Democrats everywhere when I say, I like you. You're the real deal. I really, really like you.
I turn the other cheek. Why? Because I like you.
You like me?
Rectum.
You can poke out both my eyes. Why? Because I like
torture.
Yes, well, torture, please.
You can whip me in a cage, strap a red ball in my mouth. I'm a Democrat, you see, spineless, wimpy, and weak-kneed. If you're a G, that's fine with me.
So what's your favorite show?
Fear Factor. Thank you very much.
You're welcome. 101 and 560. Now, you weren't serious when you said The Rock is a real actor. I mean, I know
No. I did not say he's a real actor.
Oh.
I said he's an actor, as in he's hired to
Yeah.
act in movies, and he makes movies.
And what does he play? Himself?
No, he plays characters. He did that Egyptian one where he was the Scorpion. He played Buford T. Pusser.
Okay, put him on there, The Rock. Okay.
But I'm a
You
fan
got
of
me
his.
so I don't consider him like.
Well,
I mean, at least Arnold and Sly
someone
Stallone
does.
have been in movies that somebody's actually seen. But anyway, it's okay. The Rock. Marilyn Monroe. Somebody says dumb blonde. Very good choice. That's exactly what we're talking about.
Right.
James Gandolfini.
Absolutely.
Says always plays the heavy. In The Mexican, he was a hitman. In True Romance, he was a hitman. In Get Shorty, he was a bodyguard. And The Sopranos, a mobster. James Gandolfini. He ain't no weenie. Okay? 5670560, pound 560. Let me get to some of these things, okay? Because these people, obviously, are like fizzling out. It's okay. We got 6,000 names on there. It should be good enough for you to peruse through. The 10 worst corporations of 2004. Mark these down, okay? Avoid them like the plague.
Okay.
When the multinational monitor judges gather to pick the 10 worst corporations of the year, one of their instructions is name no companies that appeared on the previous year's list, barring extraordinary circumstances. For 2004, that means no Bayer, even though in 2004 the company pushed for imported genetically modified rice into the EU, polluted water in a South African town with a carcinogen hexavalent chromium, and was hit with evidence that its pain medication Aleve increases the risk of heart attack, among other egregious acts. No Boeing, despite new evidence that the tanker plane scandal cost U.S. taxpayers tens of billions of dollars, even worse than it appeared. And no Clear Channel, even though the radio behemoth in 2004 stooped to new lows with a Breast Christmas Ever contest that promised to pay for breast implants for a dozen contest winners. And no Halliburton embroiled in a whole new set of contracting fraud and bribery charges last year. But at least the no-repeat rule helps limit the field a bit. And there remain plenty of worthy candidates. Of the remaining pool of price gougers, polluters, union busters, dictator coddlers, fraudsters, prisoners, poisoners, deceivers, and general miscreants, we choose the following, printed in alphabetical order, as the 10 worst corporations of 2004. Abbott Laboratories. Abbott makes the list for raising the price of Norvir, an important AIDS drug developed with a major infusion of U.S. government funds, by 400%. The price increase didn't apply if Norvir is purchased in conjunction with another Abbott drug, giving Abbott an unfair advantage over competitors and tilting consumers to use the Abbott products on the basis of price. AIG. The world's largest insurer, American International Group, Inc., AIG, was charged in October with aiding and abetting PNC Financial Services in a fraudulent transaction to transfer $750 million in mostly troubled loans and venture capital investments from subsidiaries off its books. AIG agreed to pay $126 million to resolve the charges, but it got off light, entering into a deferred prosecution agreement, meaning the charges against the company will be dropped in 12 months if it abides by the terms of the agreement. Coca-Cola. Workers at the Coke bottling plant in Colombia have been terrorized for years by right-wing parliamentary forces. A fact-finding mission headed by a New York City council member found, among other abuses, there have been a total of 179 major human rights violations of Coca-Cola's workers, including 9 murders. Family members of union activists have been abducted and tortured. Coke says it opposes the anti-union violence, and in any case that it hasn't had control of the bottling plant, though it does now after purchasing the Colombian Bottling Company. Koch's former general counsel and the former assistant U.S. Attorney General, Deval Patrick, resigned in 2004, reportedly in part because Koch refused to support an independent investigation into the Colombian allegations. Dow Chemical. The world's largest plastic maker, Dow purchased Union Carbide in 1999. At midnight on December 2nd, 1984, 27 tons of lethal gases leaked from Union Carbide's pesticide factory in Bhopal, India, immediately killing an estimated 8,000 people and poisoning thousands of others. Today in Bhopal, at least 150,000 people, including children born to parents who survived the disaster, are suffering from exposure-related health effects such as cancer, neurological damage, chaotic menstrual cycles, and mental illness. Dow refuses to take any responsibility. In a statement, the company says, although Dow never owned nor operated the plant, we, along with the rest of the industry, have learned from this tragic event, and we've tried to do all we can to assure that similar incidents never happen again. GlaxoSmithKline. Following revelations and regulatory action in the UK in 2003 and 4, the story of the severe side effects of Glaxo's Paxil, as well as other drugs in the same family, notably that they were addictive and lead to increased suicidality in youth, finally broke in the U.S. in 2004. In June, New York Attorney General Elliot Spitzer filed suit against Glaxo, charging the giant drug maker with suppressing evidence of Paxil's harm to children and misleading physicians. Glaxo denied the charges, but appealed to a new system whereby it would make public results of all its clinical trials. In October, the U.S. Food and Drug Administration ordered Glaxo and makers of drugs in Paxil's class to include a black box warning, the agency's strongest with their pills. You know, like that skull and crossbones thing?
Right. What about it?
Speaking of that, Hardee's. The fast food maker is bragging about how unhealthy its latest culinary invention, the Monster Thick Burger. First there were burgers, then there were thick burgers. Now Hardee's is introducing the mother of all burgers, the Monster Thick Burger. Weighing in at 2/3 of a pound, this 100% Angus beef burger is a monument to decadence. The Monster Thick Burger is a 1,420-calorie sandwich. Eating one thick burger is like eating 2 Big Macs or 5 McDonald's hamburgers. Add 600 calories worth of Hardee's fries, and you get more than 2,000 calories that many people should eat in a whole day, according to Michael Jacobson of the Center for Science and the Public Interest, who calls the thick burger food porn. Oh, in that case, we like it. Merck. Dr. David Graham, an FDA drug safety official, calls it maybe the single greatest drug safety catastrophe in the history of this country. Testifying before a Senate committee in November, Dr. David Graham put the number in the U.S. who had suffered heart attacks or stroke as a result of taking the arthritis drug Vioxx in the range of 88,000 to 139,000. As many as 40% of these people, or about 35,000 to 55,000, died as a result. The unacceptable cardiovascular risk of Vioxx were evident as early as 2000. A full 4 years before the drug was finally withdrawn from the market by its manufacturer, Merck. According to a study released by The Lancet, the British medical journal, Merck says it disclosed all relevant evidence on Vioxx safety as soon as it acquired it and pulled the drug as soon as it saw conclusive evidence of the drug's dangers. Right. McWayne. McWayne, Inc. Does that have to do with Wayne Huizenga, I wonder? McWayne is a large privately held Alabama-based sewer and water pipe manufacturer. In a devastating series, the New York Times revealed the company's egregious safety record and the utter failure of regulatory agencies to control the company's workplace violence. 9 McWayne employees have lost their lives in workplace accidents since '95, and 3 of the deaths were the result of deliberate company violations of safety standards. More than 4,600 injuries were recorded among the company's 5,000 employees. According to the Times, McWayne pulled the wool over the eyes of investigators by stalling them at the factory gates and then hiding defective equipment. Accident sites were altered before investigators could inspect them in violation of federal rules. When government enforcement officials did find serious violations, the Times reported, the punishment meted out by the federal government was so minimal that McWayne could treat it simply as a cost of doing business. Riggs Bank. An explosive report from the U.S. Senate Permanent Subcommittee on Investigations of the Committee of Governmental Affairs issued in July revealed that the Washington, D.C.-based Riggs Bank illegally operated bank accounts for former Chilean dictator Augusto Pinochet and routinely ignored evidence of corrupt practices in managing more than 60 accounts for the government of Equatorial Guinea. Can we say Guinea on the air?
Not anymore.
Although these and other activities seem to violate U.S. banking rules, the Office of the Control of the Currency did not take enforcement action against the bank after it learned of these matters in 2002. That presumably was not unrelated to the fact that the OCC examiner at Riggs soon thereafter went to work for Riggs. In May 2004, the bank paid $25 million in fines in connection with money laundering violations related to the Equatorial Guinea and Saudi Arabian governments. The Saudi Arabian government is the subject of ongoing federal criminal investigations. And last but not least, your very favorite...
Yeah. Oh, Walmart.
There you go.
Sorry.
Are you studying Miguel and Natty Bell again over there? They got them lined up against the wall. You guys can go now. I don't think no matter how much time we kill, I don't think Josh is going to be able to make a conclusion on that. While Walmart is presently on a bit of a public relations defensive, the company remains the colossus of U.S. and increasingly global retailing. It registers more than $250 billion in sales. Its revenues account for 2% of U.S. gross domestic product. For 2 years running, Fortune has named Walmart the most admired company in America. It is arguably the defining company of the present era. A key component, arguably the key component of the company's business model, is undercompensating employees and externalizing costs onto society. A February 2004 report issued by Representative George Miller of California tabulated some of those costs. The report estimates that one 200-person Walmart store may result in a cost to federal taxpayers of over $420,000 a year, about $2,103 per employee. These public costs include free and reduced lunches for just 50 qualifying Walmart families, Section 8 housing assistance, federal tax credits, and deductions for low-income families, and federal contributions to health insurance programs for low-income children. Well, isn't that great? We're helping out those poor bastards who work for Walmart. And believe me, they need your help. Josh Cordes says he'd like to throw in a few bucks.
I got a better idea.
Either that or lose it at the Indians there, one or the other. And what's that?
You don't shop at Walmart. They go under. Those people can find a real job at a real company.
Shame on you. There you go, picking on poor Walmart again.
Poor Walmart.
I think they ought to have like the not the skull and crossbones. They ought to have like the picture of the devil on the front on the door. Ought to be required by law.
George Bush.
A big neon devil. Yeah, the president, El Presidente, with big horns coming out of his head and that pitchfork.
Mm-hmm.
12 minutes after 1 at 560 WQAM. Hey, IRS tax problems, speaking of your government inaction, have a way of ruining all the aspects of your life. They take a toll on you financially, physically, emotionally. You can never get those damn IRS problems off your mind. You wake up every morning in a cold sweat. Well, CPA Jamie Buchwald and the Buchwald Tax Firm can help end those IRS problems forever and give you back some peace of mind, which is why other top CPA and law firms refer their clients to the Buchwald Tax Firm when they got problems with the IRS. Why not avoid potential criminal prosecution? Get all on-file tax returns prepared, even if you lost all your records. Now, maybe you have an IRS lien, wage levy, owe payroll taxes and penalties. Maybe you'd like to settle for thousands less than you owe or need time to pay. Whatever your problem with the IRS, the Buchwald Tax Firm can help. They offer you a free, no-obligation initial consultation, affordable and guaranteed fees, and immediate relief from IRS harassment. And best of all, you don't have to even go to those pain-in-the-ass IRS meetings because the Buchwald Tax Firm handles all meetings and discussions. You don't even have to be there. Call them today, 954-575-2800. That's 954-575-2800. Whether you owe $10,000, $1 million, or whatever in between IRS taxes, the Buchwald Tax Firm can help you out. Call them today for that free consultation or visit them on the web at irsfreedom.com and stop fretting about the IRS knocking down your front door. Call that number, 954-575-2800, and get that IRS monkey off your back.
You're listening to Neil Rogers on 560 QAM.
David's a bitch.
The 80s are back.
They are?
Uh-huh. And 50s funny man Jerry Lewis is, too.
Are you sure?
Well, kind of. And now the 50s meet the 80s to form a supergroup for the new millennium. Introducing Jerry Lewis and the News.
Hey, ladies, the heart of rock and roll is still beating with the ventricles in the aorta in Cleveland already with Sheboygan and Gefleugel and all those places.
The king of comedy is about to become the prince of pop. It's Jerry Lewis and the News.
Hey, lady, please, I'd like a new drug. No needles, please. Just a nice man, pharmacist type person in a white coat, please. I sign here, thank you.
Hey, it's hip to be square, and it's even hipper to buy something round, like the new CD from Jerry Lewis and the News.
Available. You can find it wherever fine records are sold with the nice man behind the counter to help you find it with the nice lady person, okay? Why? Who knows?
116 at 560 WQM. Jerry Lewis, somebody says. Now, he was in a great movie, The King of Comedy, right?
Right.
But
But
he'll always be defined by, like, The Nutty Professor, parts 1 through 100.
All of those.
Right. Hey, lady. That's the Jerry Lewis. So that's a good one for the poll. I like it. Now, this fax is most amusing. Could you please tell Josh that judging how a man looks does not make you gay? Body wash does. Right. So I guarantee you that Josh Cordes do not be using body wash. He's using a manly soap.
Soap with a handle on it.
So that's soap on a rope. How do you like that? Soap on a rope, which is blessed by the Pope.
With a strap.
And if you drop it, you're a real dope, because then look out.
Rectum.
Right.
You can only hope.
Now, what kind of soap do you use?
Irish Spring.
Oh, my God. That's for a real man.
Aye, laddie.
Like Bruce, what's the name of that bit?
Irish Springsteen.
Oh, God. And I bet you we can still play that one, too. I think.
George,
that was a great show, Bruce. Thanks, man. But to be honest with you, you stink. What? Well, face of it, got a lad. After 72 cities in 4 hours a night, don't you think it's about time you had yourself a shower?
Yeah, okay.
And I've got just the soap for you. New Irish Springsteen. It's the boss of deodorant soap.
Hey, baby.
Strong enough for a sweaty rolling.
But I like it too. Clean and USA.
Irish Springsteen. Now you won't be smelling like New Jersey anymore.
I'll tell you what makes you prove that you're gay. Anybody that would send this fax that says body wash makes you gay, nobody is using soap anymore except a few very insecure people like Josh. And at least he's using Irish Spring, which is a very manly green soap, you know?
Well, I haven't gotten it yet.
What, body wash?
That apricot
well, why not?
body wash. I don't
Get
do
out
the
of here,
stopping.
St. Ives, baby. Apricot body wash. Once you use that, you wouldn't dream of going back to soap. And it's got nothing to do with it. And in addition to which, that particular one, the apricot one, is real gritty.
Ooh, I like that.
Women wouldn't want any part of it. You know, like we talked about lava soap, which is like pumice, you know, it's real gritty and schmitty. Well, it's the same with this. It's got like jojoba beads in it.
Oh,
but it feels like true grit, man, when you smear that on you.
Scrape the blackheads off.
So this guy that sent me the fax that keeps got my song at, you're just too cheap. You're just too old-fashioned. That's your problem, man. Body wash. You go to any hotel now, just about anywhere in the world, instead of those little soaps that are about like a tenth of an ounce that they put there in the shower, you know?
Right.
Instead of that, now there's like a little container of body wash. That's right. And unlike soap, which you finish with it and it like sits there and congeals in that little thing there, that you put it on the shower, that little thing. And it's got hair on it and like mung, and it's getting moldy and oldie, and who knows who the hell used it before you and where they stuck it. For crying.
Rectum.
No, body wash, you open up the container, it's like all new and fresh. It goes down the drain, and bada bing, that's it. You close the thing up and use it the next time. It's a sanitary way to, as opposed to smearing something all over your body that's been God only knows where else. Okay?
I don't have
Who knows where that damn thing has been?
I know.
Oh yeah, I'll bet you do.
I just took it out of there.
You took it out of there, huh? Well, you keep it in there too long, it might make a home. WQAM, hello.
Hey, Neil.
Yes, sir.
How about the fever?
The fever?
Jerry Mathers.
Jerry Mathers. Yeah, that's a good one. Another child actor, Jerry Mathers. That's good. We're not putting those on there, though, are we?
Yeah, whatever. It's all he ever did. We can name all of them.
Yeah. That's all he ever did because, like I said, we can't put the child actors on. There's too many. We could do that kid that played Dennis the Menace. What was his name? J. North?
Right.
Gay. But,
was he?
Oh, woo! Ask Miss Tanner about that one, by the way.
I'd rather not.
Okay, don't. I don't confabulate with that one either, Miss Tanner.
What?
WQAM, hello. QAM.
Yeah, I got one for your poll.
I'll bet. Go ahead.
Pauly Shore.
Pauly Shore. Boy, they don't come more stereotyped than that. Pauly Shore is, you know what Pauly Shore is?
I give up.
Pauly Shore.
Oh, yeah. Buddy.
Yeah, that's it. So we can put that one on there or not while you're choosing between Miguel and Maddie Bell. I already made my pick.
I thought it was Josh that had to make this choice here.
That's what I'm talking about.
Okay.
I'm not talking to you. I'm talking to him. You talking to me? No, I'm talking to him.
Isn't it obvious?
Talking to him while he's opening up his carton of Irish Spring soap on a rope. Yeah, helps you grope when it's on a rope. So don't be a dope. Use the body wash. Hey, use whatever the hell you want, okay? Anybody that's that insecure, that's worried about how they do something that makes them look straight or makes them look gay, who cares, okay? If you're that worried about what other people think about you, man, then get a life, okay? Get a life.
I have no life.
WQAM, hello.
Neil.
Yes, sir.
You love the cock.
Isn't that beautiful? Isn't that special? Yeah, that's a real bulletin. Thanks for the bulletin, okay? They're going to be putting that in the front page of the New York Times today.
Tell your friends to stop calling.
No, that's one of your people, not my friends.
You've had more of them than I have.
That's your little circle of friends there, okay?
Yeah, right.
That's, what's his name, Vernon and Bobby and Robbie and Jose and Julio
they were fans
and
of yours long before
Hector and Vector and whatever.
And
Schmechter and Arlen Specter. WQAM, hello. QAM.
Hey, Neil, how are you doing, sir?
Pretty good, Pally.
I got a poll suggestion on the prettiest athlete, male and female, and have Josh consist of male.
Yeah, okay.
And for the male poll, I say Jason Taylor. And when is George going to put Josh's mom on the beaded curtain?
Whose mom?
Josh's mom.
Oh, Josh's mom. Isn't that cute? See, what I just got through mentioning them. They're all sitting around there in a big circle holding hands.
Besides, I promise I wouldn't let anybody else see those pictures.
Holding hands, or maybe something rhymes with hands, like
We're fighting
glands.
after the show, buddy.
Oh, I'm dead.
Really?
Well, no, I'm pretty fast. I can run.
So am I.
Yeah, that's what Miguel said. See, it could have been worse. I could have said that's what Duff said. WQAM, hello. QAM.
Yeah, I got something for Neil's Paul.
Okay, you're talking to him. Go ahead.
Hey, Neil, it's Snapper over here in Fort Myers, another
All
Fort
right.
Myers, believe it or not. Hey, how about Richard Simmons? He can't do much except hop on your pole.
Yeah, okay. Real actor, okay. All you people in South Florida, by the way, on the southeast coast, just be happy. Right there's a good reason why you're happy to be where you are. I wouldn't want to be there, but you could be on the West Coast. Could be a lot worse. You could be one of them. WQAM, hello.
Neil.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, I have something for your poll. First, I have a comment about the bar soap versus the body wash.
You don't use body wash now, do you?
No, listen, I'd rather use the bar of soap than my hand.
What does that mean?
It means with the body wash, you have to use your hand.
No, you don't.
You can't get up there good with you need the bar of soap. Anyway, for your poll, I don't know his name. Jethro Bodine.
Max Berry, he's on there.
Max Berry's on there already. You got to get it way up there. I don't want to get into that too deeply, but quite frankly, I never stuck a bar of soap where I think he's talking about. I mean,
Well,
I just
you get a knife and whittle it down.
Is that what you do?
Yeah.
And make like a sharp point?
Right.
Is that what you do? I mean, what's the point? Uh-oh. First of all, they have those lovely, they have a variety of things. They're like, which I don't use. I do use mine. Huh? They have scrunchies, sponges,
the loofah gloves are my favorite.
They have all of those things,
Scrunchy
okay?
gloves.
Right. How about a nice masculine sponge would be good. You got it?
What's that
If you're worried
like?
about it. And I guarantee you that guy's used his hand plenty of times. 5670560, pound 560 in the Verizon and Singular wireless lines. WQAM, hello.
Hey, Neely, how you doing?
Pretty good, Pally.
I got one for your list. How about
Yes.
Harvey Keitel?
Harvey Keitel. Oh, I got another good one. Harvey Firestein.
There you go. And I don't know if I listened in late, but how about Andy Griffith?
Andy Griffith he was a Yahoo and then he was a cop, but he was a Yahoo cop. Yeah, Andy Griffith's good.
And then Goober.
Oh yeah, exactly. He was a goober. Thanks. And he was a lawyer. He was Matlock, but he was always a goober. Andy Griffith's good. Good old boy. I don't think he had to act too much. Put him on there. Let's get him on.
We got it.
He ain't no Frankie Lyman, but he's the best we can do. Who is or was the most typecast actor or actress ever? I never realized we'd have like 50,000 different people on here, and we didn't even put the kid actors on there, thank God. Because all of them would have been, that's the reason that most of them either like committed suicide or went to drugs or got real fat and grotesque or whatever the deal was.
Except for Ron Howard.
75 divorces. No, Ron Howard, as much as I don't like him, he went on and became like a big shot movie director, and yada, 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 like a real human being. No, you see, the difference being that he went on to become an adult.
Right.
Whereas most of these other people just became like an older version of the child. See what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Like Robbie Benson. Although you're right, he was in a couple of things, but he never changed. He was always like a 40-year-old, 15-year-old.
Mm-hmm.
Am I right?
Yep, like Ralph
Macaulay Culkin, he's still sulking because he's like 40 going on 12. And Michael turned him down again. Who is or was the most typecast actor, actress ever? Bela Lugosi has been leading from the get-go, as they say, the get-go from the start. 70. John Wayne, 40. Now, there's Josh's idea of a real man, John Wayne, right?
Yeah, the Duke.
The Duke. Now, why did you say that sarcastically?
Why, were you a big fan?
No, I couldn't stand him. His name is Marion, by the way. That was his first name, Marion.
Right.
Charles Bronson, 38. Leonard Nimoy, 34. Boris Karloff, 35. Same person, different ears. Arnold is tied with Adam West, 22. Bob Denver, 22. Joe Pesci, 18. Not too keen on fish. Edward G. Robinson, 18. Bill Shatner, 14. Sly Stallone, 12. Steven Seagal, 11. Seagal. Michael Richards, 11. Mr. T's got 10. Now, doesn't he have cancer?
I don't know. Were you reading a story about that?
Robert De Niro, 8. Eric Estrada, 8. Eric Estrada?
Yay.
Jackie Chan, 7. Vern Troyer, 7. Fran Drescher, 7. Henry Winkler, 7. Adam Sandler, 6. Rodney Dangerfield, 5. Jean-Claude Van Damme, 5. Gary Coleman, 5. George Reeves, Superman, the first TV Superman, George Reeves. He committed suicidal edge, 5, because he was so typecast. Max Baer, 5. Peter Falk, 5. Don Knotts, 4. Woody Allen, 4. Mark Hamill, 4. Linda Blair, 4. Clint Eastwood, Peter Sellers got 4. 3 for James Gandolfini, Paul Hogan. John Hogan don't have any. Pee Wee Herman, 3. Tommy Chong, 3. Ed O'Neill, 3. Hugh Grant, 3. Bruce Lee, 3. Jerry Lewis, 2. Pair for Ben Stiller. J.J. Walker, Robin Williams, Raymond Burr, Don Adams, David Hasselhoff, Barbara Eden, Carol O'Connor. Each have a pair. Well, we got a million names on here. Also 2 for Burt Ward, David Cassidy, Fred Gwynn. 1 for The Rock. Yeah. Tony Perkins, Pat Morita, Al Lewis, Leslie Nielsen, Van Diesel, Elizabeth Montgomery, Lon Chaney Jr., Dennis Franz, Melissa Joan Hart, and James Arness, and Irene Ryan, one apiece. And no votes. Look at all the ones we have at no votes out of 539. None for Andy Griffith. He just went on. Harvey Keitel, Pauly Shore. You can put Harvey Firestein on there?
All right.
Marilyn Monroe, Elvis, Molly Ringwald, Cheech Marin. Cheech Marin don't have any votes? Huh. Ralph Macchio, Kenneth Macho, Ralph Macchio or Cheech Marin. Macaulay Culkin, Jim Varney, Jack Klugman, Todd Bridges, and Mike Myers have got the vote. How could Mike Myers have no votes, huh? What is that?
I tell you, he's done a million things.
Get out of here. When you shop for quality footwear, you can go to a lot of different places, but you want to get a perfect fit every time. You want to get an unbeatable price. You want to get great personal service and a selection of top-quality names like you'll get no place else in men's and women's shoes. Then head for Brandy Shoes in Pompano Beach. They've been doing it right there for years, for a long, long time. All the shoes you love, like Rockports, Florsheim, SAS, Sperry, Timberland, Naturalizer, and all the other top names in the shoe business. And with Brandy's humongous selection, you could bet Greg Reed's life on it that whatever you got, whatever you like there, they got your size in stock on a shelf, ready to slap on your feet. Brandy's is open every day, 7 days a week. Monday through Saturday, it's 9 to 9, and every Sunday, 10 to 5. Brandy's is located at 1290 North Federal Highway in Pompano Beach, and no matter where you live, it's always worth the trip. Like, for example, this week, a great time to buy New Balance shoes, which everybody and their brother loves New Balance. They're sensational. I wear them. This week at Brandy, save up to $20 a pair on New Balance. So be sure to get into the store this week or visit them and do your shopping on the web at brandyshoes.com.
You're listening to Neil Rogers exclusively on 560.
Blanking.
Hiya, Mo.
Oh, yeah. What do you know? What do you say?
What's joining me around here? There's got no money coming in. I was kind of wondering if you could...
Oh, no. Read it, Chuck. You ain't getting nothing out of me. Why, if I was in my car, I'd be rolling my window up right now.
I'm having mean times. I ain't got a show. Ain't got no job.
You're not so fast, Pally. Blow it out your ass. Not a shekel are you getting out of me.
You can loan me $5.
Can't hurry, Mo. Now you just got to wait. You know my cash don't come easy. That's why I can't tolerate bums asking for loans. No, not that you'll pay me back. I ain't no Chase Manhattan. Not one shekel out of me. That's that.
I can't stand you. You're not smart among the men. You just tie one out and knocker with 8 spots on his head. I can't stand you. Blah, blah, blah.
Oh, yeah? And I can't stand you. Doi, doi, doi. Doi, 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 doi. I can't stand you. Doi, doi. Doi, 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 doi.
26 till 2. Curtis Stevenson fills in for the Mad Dog today, too. And that we got, well, that's, I didn't want to go into it. You know what I mean?
What do you mean?
We got, like, the whole lineup is all balled up, and so it makes it even more aggravating. But anyway, Curtis does a fine job. He'll be on for the Mad Dog. And then we got Mo at 4, who does a Mo job.
Mo fine.
Rhymes with. Authorities said yesterday they're investigating leaks about the child molestation case against Michael Jackson that appeared in news reports. Santa Barbara County Sheriff's officials said information about the case has been released in defiance of a judge's gag order imposed on both sides. We consider the release of these materials to be a violation of the law, according to a statement posted on the department's website. Some media commentators have alleged that we are responsible for these leaks. We are not. These accusations are irresponsible, unfounded, and untrue. Sheriff Sergeant Chris Pappas declined to elaborate, citing the gag order. The online statement was in part a response to the recent ABC News report that quoted from the transcripts of grand jury testimony given in the molestation case. In that testimony, Jackson's accuser described the pop singer's alleged crimes in graphic detail, including an incident in which Jackson allegedly molested him on a bed. ABC has now revealed how it received more than 1,900 pages of grand jury testimony. Grand jury transcripts normally are made public in California 10 days after a defendant receives them, but the judge in the Jackson case has kept the transcript sealed along with most other documents, yada, yada, yada. So ABC's got their nose in it, man. They're on top of it. Not good?
That's great.
Michael Jackson, by the way, uses Irish Spring. You know damn well he ain't using body wash. He likes using soap. He likes to keep dropping it. You know, he has an excuse. Speaking of that, wait till you hear this story. State Senator John Ford, this is in Memphis. Good old Tennesseans. This one's a Democrat. We got plenty of losers in the Democratic Party, believe me. Most of them, as a matter of fact. State Senator John Ford testified in a juvenile court hearing that he keeps 2 homes, living with 2 different women whose children he fathered. I thought it was going to say Sherlock and John Holmes, but that would have been bad. Ford's testimony was part of his defense in a child support case. The Memphis Democrat heads a Senate committee that guides the state's child welfare policies, and for the past year he's tried to make use of a law that he authored that keeps court-ordered support lower when a father's financially responsible for other children. You following the bouncing balls here? In a juvenile court hearing last year that is set for a follow-up hearing today, Ford said he lived some days with ex-wife Tamara Mitchell Ford and the 3 children they had together. On other days, he stays with his longtime girlfriend, Connie Matthews, and their 2 children. Well, you can kind of relate to that.
Right.
Ford and Mitchell Ford went through a bitter divorce in 2002 that led to Mitchell Ford's jailing after she plowed her car through Matthews' Collierville home. Ford said he pays nearly all bills for both families. They stay in houses he owns and where he also lives, though neither home is in his South Memphis Senate district. You have 2 homes? Referee Felicia Hogan asked during the tape-recorded hearing from November. Well, that's unusual. Not necessarily, Ford shot back. I know people who got 5. Hogan responded, for child support purposes, that's unusual. Let me put it that way then. Ford is battling a suit by a 3rd woman, Dana Smith, who's trying to increase his court-ordered support of a 10-year-old girl he fathered. Smith, a former employee under Ford when he was General Sessions clerk, won a 96 sexual harassment verdict against him. Oh, this is incredible. Don't you just love these people that are making like babies all over the place? Tennessee, no less, huh? Where everybody's related. Another bunch of hypocrites, bunch of Bible-thumping, Bible-toting bullcrap artists, man. Oh, yeah, we're fetus lovers. We don't like them faggots.
Yay.
Yeah. The whole agenda. And in the meantime, coming to find out they're fathering kids by everybody and their brother. They're doing everything that moves. Dogs, cats, armadillos, trees, fire hydrants, you name it. Nixon-era panelists envisioned terrorist attacks. Did you see this story?
No.
Nearly 3 decades before the 9/11 attacks, a high-level government panel developed plans to protect the nation against terrorist attacks, ranging from radiological dirty bombs to airline missile attacks, according to declassified documents obtained by the AP. Unless governments take basic precautions, we will continue to stand at the edge of an awful abyss, Robert Kupperman, chief scientist for the Arms Control and Disarmament Agency, wrote in a 1977 report that summarized nearly 5 years of work by the Cabinet Committee to Combat Terrorism. The group was formed in September '72 by Nixon after Palestinian commandos slaughtered 11 Israeli athletes at the Munich Olympic Games. The committee involved people as diverse as Henry Kissinger to a young Rudolph Giuliani, the one secret document show. It is vital that we take every possible action ourselves and in concert with other nations designed to assure against acts of terrorism, Nixon wrote, asking his Secretary of State William Rogers to oversee the task force. The full committee, met only once in October '72 to organize, but its experts did get together twice a month over nearly 5 years to identify threats and debate solutions, the memo show. And it goes on and on. It's on our website. But we sure did a hell of a time in the 30 years
About 30, man.
in between, didn't we? Hell of a job. Not. So I guess at the end of the show we're going to have a big announcement from Josh. He's going to give us his decision. Matty Bell or Miguel Escobar?
Bell or Miguel?
Which one has the Tony? I think he's going to pick Matty to be on the safe side.
You're listening to Neil Rogers exclusively on 560.
Hold it.
Rocks, rocks, rocks. You will find what you are looking for at Rock Mart. Grab a fistful of savings on the Palestinian area's favorite projectile. Protest in style with an assortment of fine igneous and conglomerate rocks. Many sizes available. Pelt with pride with our handsome selection of metamorphic rock and new imported granite chunk. Toss in fashion with a fabulous selection of limestone and shale in the latest new fall colors. Plus, browse our last-minute summer clearance specials on sticks and bottles while supplies last. So, for rock-bottom prices on the Palestinian area's favorite projectile, fling in today to the Rock Mart for a fistful of savings. There's one just a stone's throw away from you.
Oi! 144-1602, here's a fax that says, from Neil in Coral Springs, Tony Danza is a good one. Always plays someone named Tony, or Uncle Tony. Yeah, real Guido. A real drooling, oily Guido. That's Tony Danza. Can't stand him. Got it?
Got it.
Then Neil goes on to say, I agree with Josh. This to me is so hysterical I could like pee in my pants. I agree with Josh. No real man thinks in terms of another man being attractive or good looking, and real men shave their balls. Well, there you go, Josh. If anything sounds gay, it's guys that shave their balls. You shave your balls, Josh?
No.
No. Well, then you must be gay. Yeah, because he says real men shave their balls.
Yeah, he has people that do that for him.
I see. Like Maddie Bell? Natty Bell? Yeah. Jim in Pembroke Pines says, in my opinion, Alan Alda is Hockey Pierce and McLean Stevenson is Henry Blake. It's hard to see them and not think of those characters, even though I realize McLean is dead. I would say McLean Stevenson, yes, and Alan Alda, I don't know. He's been in too many other things. Mm-hmm. Right?
Yeah, all the time.
But McLean Stevenson, which is why they tried him on 85 different TV shows and they all flopped. So it was either because he was a stereotype or because he just sucked. You think?
I think he sucked.
Yeah, but you can put him on there. There are plenty of people on it. Now, here's one that I mean, give me a break. An idea for a poll. What was the single worst news event in the last 30 years or GW being elected? I think maybe they mean as opposed to his being elected. I don't get it.
Yeah, I think so.
And then it says, my vote was the shooting of John Lennon. In other words, the shooting of John Lennon was the worst news event than 9/11? I mean, is there any dispute about that? The worst news event of the last 30 years, other than Bush being elected twice or stealing it twice? Huh? We're talking 75 to now is 30 years.
Right. About 30, man.
Right. So what could possibly be worse?
Well, maybe no musicians were killed in 9/11.
Kurt Cobain? Maybe that would be on it. Blows his brains out? Huh?
Mm-hmm.
Could be. Tupac? There you go. Not a good poll, John. Nice try, though. Thanks for the effort, but it's pretty weak. Really weak. 5670560, pound 560 on the Verizon and Singular Wireless line. Yeah, no straight guy could ever imagine. You know what the whole thing to me is? It's intimidation. I think that most straight guys are either like average or less than average or really gross looking. They're intimidated by a good looking guy, you know? Like in a bar or like in any kind of a social setting or at a ball game. And some really, really handsome guy walks in there, it's like intimidating. Because then it really magnifies how like mediocre looking they are, you know?
All right.
No, I'm serious. It's like an intimidation factor. It's so American, though. The whole concept is so American. Embarrassing is the word. Oh, sorry, Josh. 5670560, pound 560 on the Verizon and Singular Wireless lines. WQAM, hello.
Neil.
Yes, sir.
How are you?
Great.
You're overpolled, and it's an easy poll. It's Roger Moore, 007. Everyone's talking about TV characters.
Yeah.
A typecast is someone in the movies. Anyone could be stereotyped.
How about Sean Connery?
No, he did a billion different movies. No comparison.
But wait, so Roger Moore did a lot of other stuff, too. He also did a billion movies.
Yeah, but look how he did in those movies. There's no comparison. Come on.
Yeah. I see the same genre, man.
You see the same genre?
We're going to put Roger Moore. If we're going to put Roger Moore, we're going to put Sean Connery.
All right.
Okay, is it a deal?
No.
Okay, well, too bad. So it's your choice. Either put them both on there or neither one. Wouldn't you agree that if you put one, you got to put the other?
Right, but no.
I mean, they're both on a zillion different things,
sure.
But Sean Connery is James Bond. In fact, to me, Sean Connery is more James Bond than Roger Moore.
Easily.
I mean, Roger Moore, the more I see him, the less I want to see him. He's like too British.
He was the cheap. There was a whole dispute with two companies making James Bond movies at the same time.
I'll tell you another good one.
All right.
Even though you might not agree, because he's played different roles, but he always comes out playing himself. Kevin Costner.
Right. He's bland.
No, listen. He always plays a real boring. I know he's been in movies with different topics, like The Untouchables and then like Dances with Wolf Blitzer, but he always plays himself.
He has no range.
Right. He's like always the same dull, monotone, boring, just playing himself. Kevin Costner. I think it's a great choice if you ask me.
Who asked you?
I did.
Oh.
Hey, listen, I always like my answers. WQAM, hello.
Hey, Neil, how you doing?
Pretty good.
I got a name for your poll.
Yes.
Slippery when wet.
WQAM, hello.
Hey, I'm trying to call Neil.
You're talking to him.
Neil.
Yes, sir. It was easy, wasn't it?
Lucy Ball.
Lucille Ball. Lucy Ball. Don't say Lucy Balls, man. Joyce will have a fit. Thanks a lot, Pally. Good one.
Right.
Lucille Ball. Now, she was in movies, right?
Right. That big trailer, but that was like her.
Lucy.
She was in regular movies before the series, though.
Right. Right, but I mean, once she was on I Love Lucy, that was Lucy's Balls, man. That was it. That was her. That's a good one. Now, see, somebody might say, like, if we're going to take the TV, people like Jackie Gleason, but he was in a lot of movies. What was that movie he was in, The Hustler, with Paul Newman?
Where he was great.
He was a great actor. Jackie Gleason.
Totally not like Ralph Cramden.
Right. 567, like Art Carney, you could say the same with him, but he was in all those Cocoon movies. Yeah, he was in a Zinni movie, and a good actor, too.
Right.
Art Carney's dead, damn it. We're not too happy about it. We're pretty PO'd. If he were here today, he'd use body wash, and he was a real guy. Guaranteed. WQAM, hello.
Neil.
Yes, sir.
Can I add something to your poll?
Please.
How about David Duchovny for the poll?
Okay, I can't stand him.
Well, I only added that because that's my favorite TV show.
Well, the TV show may be okay, but he keeps me away from watching it. I'll tell you, I don't like him. He leaves
Thanks,
me alone.
Neil.
Thanks. David Duchovny, okay, which until somebody told me, I remember I mispronounced that name.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, can't do that again.
Oh, so no, I would never do that again. Once I get it right the first time, I'll get it right forever and ever, because he's a very important guy. David Duchovny, man, just like the guy with the orange hair. What the hell's his name?
Paul Harvey Jr.?
No, the guy with the orange the actor with the orange hair.
Boog?
No, yeah, Boog Shabby, that's right. Hey, by the way, in case you missed it, we're losing to Boogster. We're very,
David
wish
Caruso.
him the best. David Caruso, that's right. We wish him the best, not David Caruso, but the Booster. He's going over to 790. He's going to be getting a good break because you're going to be doing some baseball on ESPN, regional and maybe national, whatever else, the backup games. And if the main game gets he'll be a good break for you. Nice going, Boog. You know, he turned down a Marlins job, which was a good deal, but I think being on ESPN. And then, of course, he's going to be doing his rumored 10 a.m. to 1 p.m. How can we compete with a Booster, huh? How can we do that? And if they actually team him up with Chris Moron, then we're in big trouble.
You're listening to Neil
Or maybe...
QAM.
Absolutely.
To all the wives he's had before, to all the women he's made sore, he threw them from his house to make room for Kamals, that billionaire playboy man whore. To all the wives he's had before, that narcissistic, bad-haired bore. Without cash, he's a chum. I dare say Donald Trump would have no prayer in hell to score. Got rid of Marla and Ivana. He threw them out of Trump Tower. Was this guy smoking marijuana or getting high on his power? To all the wives he's had before, there's no question that he'll have more. Melania's number 3, but I can't wait to see who Trump will pick as number 4. To all the wives he's had before, who packed their jewels and hit the door. He's such a horny pop with an ironclad prenup, and this is his wedding encore. Got rid of Marla and Ivana. He threw them right out on the street. He met a new girl and said, hey, Wana, be my new wife and rub my stinky feet.
All right.
I'll give you caviar to eat.
I'll tell you, it may not be the best, but the one good part about it, it's long.
Yeah, it is.
It just goes on, and to which we say, yeah, good bit. Anyway, here's the deal. What do we got? We got, I'll give you the top contenders. Who is or was the most typecast actor, actress ever? Bela Lugosi, 76. He's been leading from the get-go, and they can't catch Bella. John Wayne, 42. Charles Bronson, 42. Boris Karloff, 38. Leonard Nimoy, 37. Arnold's got 24, and Adam West, 24. And Bob Denver, 23, and I never saw him again be too soon. Is he dead?
No, he's not dead.
Bob Denver's not dead?
He's
Damn.
not.
Okay, now, let's get to the meat of the matter here. Have we made a decision, Josh? Have we made a choice?
Paper or plastic?
Sure, let's go with Miguel.
You notice it was a tough choice.
Yes.
Between Miguel and Maddie Bell. There's a certain similarity to those names there. Miguel sounds like Maddie Bell, who looks like hell. He's a wrinkled-up old prune who's about 2 feet tall. There you go. Let's hear it for Josh, okay? He's making some progress. He's taking one teeny tiny step for mankind. Next week, he's going to be telling us he actually went out and bought some body wash. Nothing. You don't have to use it. Just buy it.
Don't go crazy.
In fact, listen. I know you can't afford to buy on the TV set yet.
Yeah.
You haven't got your bonus yet. That's what. In fact, you can kill 2 turds with 1 stone. When you go to Walgreens or CVS or whatever, we don't have anything against CVS yet.
No.
Pick up some body wash for him and some for yourself.
Sure, I'll get him some body wash and a razor.
Oh, to shave his balls?
What else?
Yeah, we'll make him into a real man before we're done. I'll tell you that. Or he could have like Matty Bell shave his balls. It would be cute. We could put that on our website.
He'd have to stand on a stool.
He'd have to stand on what? Oh, wow.
A tool.
I'll tell you one thing. It's a good thing we're getting out of here right now. We got Curtis Stevenson, who does a fine job filling in for the Mad Dog, because the Mad Dog's overworked and pretty pissed off. He's on 2 to 4, Curtis Stevenson. Then we got Mo Howard David at 4 to 7, and Geldy back-to-back, 7 to 10 tonight, in spite of a popular demand.
Bye.